First and foremost, before we start, we want to give all the praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakurash.
That's the name of the Heavenly Father, who you ignorantly call God, and the name of His only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. All right, the true names of the Father and the Son is Yahweh and Yahushai, and those are the names that we exalt. That's the names that we come out here to prophesy and teach.
Right.
All right, we want to give a double honors to our elder apostles of the great millstone who taught us, who we learned this truth from. And as always, peace and salutations to all the fellow laborers, all the fellow servants, all the prophets and teachers that are out there on the highways and byways throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, waking up the lost sheep. All right, we're rigging in the tabernacle of David. Okay, so our job is to come out here and prophesy and give this word, push this word out.
Okay.
All right, and pretty much, we at the end of this thing, man. All right, if you don't know what time that we're living in, that's because you've been living under a rock.
Right.
All right, we're at the end of this man's world, this man's society, this empire. All right, we're at the end of this eon, this age.
Yeah.
All right, the rule of the Edomite. If you don't know what an Edomite is, turn into who the Israelites are. Watch the videos.
Right.
Get into your Bible, man. You're witnessing the downfall of this man's kingdom empire.
Right.
All right. So we're gonna get some precepts and some scriptures, and we're gonna break it down.
You want something?
Give me 2nd Ezra 6.
Yeah, I'm just going to.
2nd Ezra 6.
Make sure that's
Start at 7.
This 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7, it says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times?
Yep.
And notice how they always ask that question. What are the signs of the times? What are some of the indications that the Lord's getting ready to bring a new age? The apostles asked that to the Lord when he showed back up 40 days after his resurrection. Are you going to restore the kingdom?
Yeah, kind.
In this time? But it just wasn't meant. Basically, you got to know the signs,
Yep.
right?
Kind.
Knowing what time that you're a part of. Go ahead.
It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
So what's gonna happen where this particular age is gonna end and a new age is gonna precede it? So he's getting ready to tell them. This is Ezra speaking with the angel.
Okay.
I believe it was what, angel Uriel? Go ahead.
Verse 8, And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him.
It's going all the way back to the time of the Genesis. You had all these progenitors. You had Abraham. His name was Abraham because he was a father of a multitude.
Yeah.
That's what his name is. Abraham.
Yeah.
All right, father of a multitude, and he had 8 sons. He had 6 with the Torah, and then he had Ishmael and Isaac. But we know that the Heavenly Father, he had a chosen line.
The seed of the promise.
The seed of the promise, right?
Right.
And then between Ishmael and Isaac, who did the Lord choose? Isaac.
Right.
That was the appointed heir of the promise. All right. And then who came after them?
Right.
Isaac and Jacob and Esau. So now it trickles down to those two, right? So go ahead.
It says, And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Yep, Jacob, he held the heel of the foot of Esau. So we know that Esau came out first because he was the eldest.
Okay.
But when he came out red, with no pigment,
Okay.
when they pulled him out, Jacob had his hand tightened on the heel of his foot.
Yeah.
And that was a sign. Because there was already scrapping in the womb of Rebecca.
Right.
And that angel, when she inquired of what it meant and why that was happening, what did he say? 2 nations shall be in your womb. There shall be separated from thy bowels. Two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. 2 nations are in your womb.
Yep.
And one
Shall be
stronger than the other.
If I could,
And the elder shall serve the younger.
There it is.
Which
We didn't
one-
see.
which
We
one
didn't even
is
got to
different
go to it. We already know this story, right? That's the significance of that story is playing out right now.
perfect.
It's playing out right now.
Now let me make a quick
Yep.
point. Those 2 manner of people were polar opposites. And to simplify it in a spiritual term, one would be righteous and one would be wicked. That was what the spirits were appointed from the birth of those 2, from the prophecy of those 2 coming to the earth to play out in the Heavenly Father's movie. They have to be a good guy and a villain. And we're watching this play out. Now we're in the world of the villain. This is what the wicked world of an evil man ruling it would look like.
Hey, Khan, and he's on a mission since the beginning to cut off that righteous seed.
Just like he did as Cain when he killed Abel. He tried
That
to
was
cut
the
off
same
the
spirit.
he tried to cut off the line.
There's always, the Most High is all about balance. There's always been a righteous and a wicked seed. Like the brother mentioned, Cain and Abel, Jacob and Esau. So hey, we're at the end of this man's kingdom, this wicked kingdom. So to balance that out is a righteous kingdom, which is going to which is to come. That's going to last forever.
Yep.
You know?
Ecclesiasticus 33 and 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
There it is.
That's been the dynamic since the beginning.
And if
That's
I-
the duality of the Most High, man.
But they came from the same womb.
Exactly.
So how you gonna have the point I want to make real quick, not to go anywhere, but that the Most High can break His own rules. He can set it up the way He wants to set it. He used the same 2 people to create 2 different manner of people. You see?
That's why he's referred to as the pot sharer.
Right. He can
He can craft one lump unto honor and one unto dishonor
of the same lump.
of the same lump.
That's what he did.
You have to be spiritual to understand that, because the carnal mind will think, well, they're brothers. They came from the same womb. We know that, but the spiritual aspect about it is they're different. They're polar opposites.
Two separate nations.
2 separate nations.
2 separate nations, man. 2 different manner of people. Right. So go back to that.
Back in Second Ezra 6, and I'll continue in verse 9. Now I'll reread verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born to him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Yep.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And that's where we're at. Well, this man, his reign is beginning to dissipate. Basically, the curtains is closing on this man's world. That's why you're seeing all the disease. You're seeing all the bloodshed, the murder, the diseases, uproars of the people, natural disasters, famines. All these things are happening because these are the signs that this man's world is having an end. This is the Lord visiting his world.
Yep.
Okay? Your kingdom have been found wanting and lacking. All right? Because you ruled, like it tells you in Isaiah the 14th chapter, you ruled in anger.
Yep.
You know, you shook whole kingdoms. You made the nations, the cities of the world, a wilderness, wastelands.
Polluted the earth.
You polluted the whole planet Earth. You know?
You touch the apple of the Lord's eye.
That too. You can't forget that. Basically, all your iniquities are being discovered. Okay? All your iniquity, all the wickedness that you've done is now being discovered. The Lord is lifting up the skirts on you, and now you're being revealed, you're being found out. Okay? And now you think that what's happening right now with your society and your infrastructure being broken down, you think that you're gonna build it back up. You know? But that's not gonna happen.
Can I make a quick point? And the worst part about this is you Israelites, man. You know, I was pissed this morning because we're in captivity into time. You know, there's a schedule of time. But you people like living this way. You don't want to live where you wake up singing because your body feels good, your day is set to do fun and good things and positive things versus grinding it out at the workplace. But y'all want to keep it like this.
But they don't know no other way because
Right.
to them this is good.
Right.
This is, you know, having
I'm free.
having a like you said, waking up every morning, having a job, and just in captivity. That's become the norm to Jake. You know, and it's not. It's like woe to them that call good evil and evil good. That's what they're doing. They're calling
This is evil.
this is
man.
con.
Nobody should be ruled over. We shouldn't be ruled over like this. Some of you heathen need guidance from wise people, but the point, I don't want to go too far, but the point I want to make was simply that you guys look to this way of life and to fight and hold, and you're mad. A lot of you people get mad at us for not wanting to be captive to this society, captive to this wicked setup that, you know, government setup, you know, the way the world is ran. When we got nothing but better things to come and look forward to. There's got to be a lot of bad that we go through first, but I'll take that small moment in time of bad to get to the good. This has to play out starting back from that point when they was in the womb. The Most High is making this play out this way. Okay? So we understand good and evil. There's no better way to learn something but through experience. Now that we've been experiencing the evil of letting this man rule, then we'll be able to understand how to judge righteously in a righteous world.
Yeah. And now we coming into this man's downfall. And now the Lord is starting to raise up the children of Israel. You see that? Us rising, that's the sign of Jacob pulling down the hill of Esau. Because as he's going down, the Lord is lifting us up. And he's setting us in order right before their very eyes, man.
Yeah, we're
see
gonna
that?
overtake you.
Yeah.
You know? We're on your ass. You know?
We're on your hill.
On the heel.
Yeah,
of
literally.
Egypt,
Yeah.
you
We're on
know?
your heels, man.
Yeah, we're on your heel, man. So, hey, America, this place is far beyond repair, man.
Oh, hell no.
This place ain't gonna go back to what it once was.
Nope.
No, it's over. Everything is spread too thin in this place now. The economy, the military, the resources, everything. Everyone's slacking now.
Yeah. Hey, the infrastructure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Literally.
We got cones literally.
Like, I know y'all saw what happened in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That old bridge collapsed.
The day
And it happened to be
Biden.
just an hour before Biden made his little funky ass speech.
to talk about infrastructure.
Yeah.
Shit, Biden looks
on,
like
man.
he's about to collapse himself.
Yeah.
And when you can actually like look up the infrastructure grade on America's
Oh, it's shitty.
system. It's a D- to a C-. I mean a D+ to a C-. So it's in between
You
here.
can see it everywhere in the
It's failing.
cities of America.
Yeah.
You know, you see it everywhere.
Yeah. Hey, Biden, see, what they tried to do with that was they tried to make that as if it was some type of sign of their Build Back Better initiative.
Right.
You know, we're
We're gonna rise from this.
the fact that it collapsed, you know, on this day, that's a sign right there.
Trying to be optimistic.
You know.
about the downfall.
Like, nah, bro,
Yeah.
this shit is falling
No,
apart.
that shit is through.
What you're seeing before your eyes is America's turning into a third world country.
That's
The
exactly
roads, like we were speaking of, the infrastructure, everything is fucked up here. You know, and what they show on TV, what they portray about America, ain't it. They show you Hollywood and Town Square. That shit is fucked up too.
Everything.
Everything.
It ain't safe nowhere.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it ain't safe out here, man. You know, America's a third world country with a Gucci belt.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't safe out here. Everybody wicked out here, man. You
Something that Elder Yashimama made. Well, he kind of made it and said it in a joking way. But he said it years ago. He said, it tells you how fragile this world is when there's nothing but a painted line on the road keeping chaos from happening.
Yeah.
And now what do you see? People crossing that line all day, doing donuts and Hellcats and racing up and down the freeway.
Whole intersection.
Yeah.
Jake is just bugged out right now, man.
I got
I got one too.
Isaiah 14:11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows.
Hey, let's not act like in their history they wasn't boasting to the old world how they was building this place up. When New York went up, they was like, look, we got the first great city in the new world.
That was like the capital of America.
It was pretty much, you know? And then they went and set up, you know, the rest of the cities and whatever else, how the actual went down. But they were boasting at how they were able to build that city particularly. But now what do you see? Everything's in ruin and collapsing. They didn't build, they were so quick to build it up and show the world what they built. They didn't think about it had to last thousands of years, you know, for the rest of the earth, the time the earth is built. But the Most High didn't put the Spirit on them because this place ain't gonna last that long.
The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
That's the case. I'm just going because, you know, you gotta.
Yeah, the worms cover thee, meaning it symbolizes the corrosion or decomposition of your infrastructure. That's why everything is going to shit, man.
It's maggots covering this whole place.
It's maggots, man. The roads don't work. Hey, there was a collapse on the freeway over there, the 515 over at Eastern. There was an overpass that collapsed over there.
It's right here, right off the exit.
Right off the exit right there.
That's a major intersection.
Yeah. I think, you know, I don't know if some people got hurt or not, but you know, that's just another one. The bridge in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Yeah, man.
I gotta read it. This is Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return to build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people whom the Lord have indignation forever.
There it is.
And that's a direct response to the Build Back Better plan.
Yep.
Exactly. There it is, man. You know? Hey, man. Anything that you think you're gonna build, the Lord's gonna throw it down, man.
Yep.
Hey, like for example, going back to the old world, under the first Babylonian Empire, what did they try to build? A tower. They tried to build it as high as they possibly could.
Yep.
To space.
You know? And what happened with that? The Lord destroyed it and confounded their languages and separated the people. All right? Because you don't have your own purpose. You're following the Heavenly Father's purpose, His will.
Con.
He's died on last night.
Con.
Deceive and deceiver.
Are his.
Are his, yeah.
This devil has the same attitude that Nimrod had. You know, he was just going to have the whole world come up under him, under a new world system.
I was looking for another one.
You know, and the Lord disrupted that.
Oh,
So same thing applies with this devil now. All right?
Because he's boasting in the fact that he's going to build this new
Yes.
is it the fourth industrial revolution?
Yeah.
With the AI and technology.
Yeah.
And build a new utopia
Man.
for themselves,
Yep.
where they
51,
live at the
51.
top forever as kings,
Yep.
and we stay at the bottom.
Yep.
47.
And you're just locked into a digital enslavement.
Exactly.
Digital slaves walking around, VRs, and you just connected to the Internet of Things.
Yep.
You know, connected to a global database system where they can just monitor and control everything you're a part of. Your whole, basically everything, every facet of life, they're gonna have it under control.
Con.
And that's the desire of the wicked. That's the heart's desire of this devil, man. That's why the Lord says anything that you're gonna try to build, He's gonna throw it down, man.
And the tough part is how easy the switch is at the flip, just cutting off power in the internet.
Con.
Yeah.
cut those two off, you're done under that system.
Yeah.
Like it's like taking the battery out of your pacemaker. You're done.
Yep.
It's over.
In this system, you have no say-so. You don't have an opinion. You can't speak up for yourself or for the truth. They're trying to do away with the truth.
Ain't no more freedom of speech.
You know? This is that new system that the wicked are trying to put in place to rule the earth.
It's the image of the beast. You know, he gave life into the power of the image of the beast. As many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And right now they starting that the killing is starting off spiritually. They're trying to silence the truth. It's a war on the truth. You know what they call an info war. You can't, yeah. If you speak truth, if you speak facts, now it's hate speech, it's offensive.
It's domestic terrorism.
You know, it's bigotry. You can't tell the truth no more.
Hey, on that Project Megiddo, you know what types of people or organizations are on that Project Megiddo list?
Right.
Christians. America was founded on Christianity.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But how? So that puts every American citizen on the terrorist watch
They
list.
did that with 9/11 with the Patriot Act.
1 and 2. They did, right? They solidified it.
Everyone is a potential terrorist. You know.
But this is your country. This is the setup that you've come to know and love so well that even some of you will fight and die to keep it alive. But the Heavenly Father's not for this place. This is the worst scenario of life, if that's what you want to call it, for anybody. If you don't believe it, step in any of the so-called people on these signs, step in any of their shoes and live 1 year in their life. If you're not on that sign, live 1 year in their life. You guarantee this is the worst case scenario of life you've ever been in.
America came up as a lamb with that Christianity,
Yep.
you know, as a God-fearing nation. Hey, but America is now, what does it say, speaking now as a dragon. This place, the people who run this place, woo,
Some of the worst.
they are the worst.
We're not talking about the president.
He's a puppet.
He's literally like a clone puppet. That's what's funny. The real truth of who runs this place are those elite banking families, man. The one word that nobody likes to say, but it's a commonplace word: Illuminati.
The Rothschilds,
Rockefellers, right?
DuPonts,
Oppenheimer.
Bilderbergs,
Yep.
those rich international banking families.
Yep.
They rule the whole entire planet Earth.
Yep. All but that Middle East that they're trying to grasp control of in this World War III time we're coming into.
They're direct descendants of the Dukes of Edom.
There it is.
The Rothschilds, they know that. That's why they changed their name to Rothschild. It means red shield.
Bauer before
It changed their name from the Bauer family to the Rothschild family.
Red shield.
Bauer means peasant.
Good luck. Good luck to you all.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, man. So hey, that's a testament to know that these people will be in power before the Lord ends this place. All right.
Edom is tied to Babylon.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
go hand in hand in these last days.
Yeah. You see these Edomites, they feeling it, man. They feeling it.
Maybe you guys got an answer. We got the answers.
It's
You
not
ain't
the
gonna like
answers
them,
you
though.
don't want to hear, but
Yeah.
we got the answers.
That's why I said that about live one day in our shoes and see how bad life really is. You think your shit bad,
Yeah.
you know?
They are gonna be in that position.
Hey,
of
they-
being at
they-
the
they
bottom.
went through
Curse is
shit.
going back on them, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind.
Yep.
Y'all think this something now?
Nah,
Wait till the
yes.
end of this thing, completely the end of this, the way you go out in this one, and then when you wake up to the new one.
Hey, in the kingdom, you ain't gonna have fentanyl. You're not gonna
Yeah,
have
kind.
opioids and crystal meth and all that shit.
Perks.
To,
You ain't gonna have all that to
Xanax.
cope with the
cope,
curses
that's the
that's
word I'm
gonna be on your ass.
Right.
You know?
You ain't get no milk of the poppy
You
either.
gotta, all you're gonna have is a hard day work ahead of you.
Yep.
That's
Ju-
it.
just enough to stay alive.
That's it.
Kind.
So hey, that's why everything that's happening right now, it has to happen
Yep.
in order for that to even happen.
To come to pass.
Yeah.
That's all part of the crumble, as we were talking about. This part of the crumble, the decay of this place. But see, our people are supposed to be renewed right now. But what do you see our people still gripping and holding on? One more Super Bowl, my team's man. That ain't nothing but distractions of what's really going on.
Esau might blow that shit up and blame it on the Russians, bro.
Yep.
You know?
So that's what I think they're gonna do. They're gonna cyber attack this bitch and blame it
Oh
on
yeah,
the
they're
Russians.
gonna hit the power grid and say Russia was involved,
Russia and China.
Iran, China,
Yep.
The typical boogeyman's, you know, that they
Yep.
put on the screen.
or they're gonna say some homegrown right wing, you know, extremist group did it.
Yep.
And then you dumbass Americans gonna buy it. You gonna believe it,
They did this.
and then you're gonna be divided,
Yep.
like he planned for you to do.
Bro, people are so simple. You think about it. These lowly black and Latinos somehow got their hands on some goddamn uranium or EMP.
We got
Come on.
something to cut the internet. We can't even keep our own power on.
Exactly.
We can shut the power grid down.
But the witchcraft of this devil, he'll have the masses believe it.
The master hacker.
Like, come on.
That's because he bombards you with misinformation 24/7. This devil don't rest.
I got a scripture. Bro,
You
that's
know?
a load right there.
He don't rest. He bombards you with misinformation through his media, you know? Just false information on and on and on. And the people, like, repetition is like, it sticks to people, you know?
Witchcraft.
They just follow it blindly.
Ezekiel 28:1. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, take unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, and I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man and not God. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of God. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
Yeah, meaning, you know, because of his intelligence, you know, we in the information age of technology and the advancement of science, and this is what they exalt. This is what they're telling the people. This is what you should trust rather than the Most High God. You know, the hell with the Bible. Trust our science.
Yeah.
Our science is the word of God. R.A. If you want to heal yourself,
Right.
go to our God. Practice sorcery.
That's part of the image.
Right.
Yeah.
Trusting in this, we could call it New World medical.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
Yeah. If you hungry, hey, we got man-made food for you.
Man-made chicken, laboratory chicken.
Yeah.
Esau gonna turn it into some what's demolition man shit.
Yeah, they already doing
And
it.
pills, bro. Just take a pill.
Impossible burgers and shit. That's what they just.
Yeah.
They're gonna make it taste like the real thing, and young niggas ain't gonna even know the difference. It's just gonna go along with it.
I have some impossible chicken. That's just amazing. Like you believe it's meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
It's just not meat.
There's no more growing your own food. No more of these fields with cornfields and none of that shit. Esau bought up all that land. Okay.
The natural. No,
Go ahead. They euthanize a lot of the livestock, so when these famines come, they're gonna have factories upon factories producing this shit.
Instead of just letting life continue with the natural way of things. This is the second manner that we were talking about that man. This is the he wants complete control of everything. You can't drink out of that river without paying me. You can't breathe good air without paying me.
Right.
You can't live without paying me.
And
That's why there's pollutions in the air. Okay, that's why the rivers are polluted. That's why your drinking water is polluted. I mean, like the bottled water is polluted with all types of fluorides and they put solvents in it to make it acidic.
That shit tastes like Clorox, man. Drinking water and shit
The
like
detergents, man.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
Even on the bottle, it don't always say water. It'll say water, but then it'll say something like sodium bicarbonate on it,
Yep.
or you know,
Chemicals.
yeah, chemicals.
There are chemicals in it.
Like-
Water does not need chemicals.
You don't. What do you need to preserve in water?
Right.
It's
And then it's in plastic.
But this is what he's doing with his so-called godlike powers.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
He's turning what's good, what was already made good, he's turning it into evil.
Yep.
and got you people so enchanted that evil is now the new good, and
Yeah.
good is the new evil. That's what this devil managed to do since he's been in power.
He deceived the nations,
Yeah.
you know, and then part of it is like this our people and the rest of the world, you know, especially in America. Everything that this devil puts out is meant to dumb you down,
Yep.
keep you in a low state, a low vibration, where you're not able to fully exercise your mind, you know.
See, you still reading?
Yeah, I got more. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
When you understand the true definition of that word traffic, it's not talking about cars on the road, man.
Right.
It's about commerce moving
Trade.
from place to place. Trade is what it's really talking. That's what the problems of the world are.
The main commodity was once you Israelites.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Israelites still are the
Yeah.
most, because they sell sin unto us.
Yep.
They profit off
This keeps us in subjection
through selling us sin. They gain the world.
because now they got free slaves
Exactly.
to work whatever resources that the,
Exactly.
that the prophecy of them getting the blessing of the earth for a time that they can do.
Since
That's why it says in Sirach 10, because of injuries,
unrighteous dealings.
because of unrighteous dealings,
And riches gotten by
injuries, and
deceit.
riches got by deceit.
Yep.
The kingdom was translated from one people
That's
to
the
another.
yeah, man. You go ahead. You still reading.
Verse 6, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness.
What you think is happening with Russia?
Yeah.
Why the Lord is raising the Russians up right now? Why you think he got them, getting the Lord's arsenal ready, his armory ready?
Yeah.
What you think that's about? China, them setting they military ready. Why they doing joint drills together?
There's no why you see there's no peace treaties or no peace talks on the table because we're not in the time of peace. We're in the time of war. These nations are rising up,
And then there's
And-
sanctions on the table.
Yeah.
right now.
But the sanctions, see, the thing about it is the sanctions is America talking this big shit about putting sanctions on Russia, but if they put sanctions on Russia, Russia's the lifeline to a lot of those countries in Europe and other parts, around there. So that cuts off the natural gas, oil to those other countries. So they like,
Germany is like
it's kind of like, damn, do we want to really fuck with them or because that's gonna mess up the EU countries.
Germany ain't fucking with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
They not getting in the middle of that.
You got a lot of EU countries that's really not trying to get in the middle of it because they have to think about their countrymen, their country, and their well-being. Because if they put the sanctions on the Russians, that's going to put them in a bind. That's going to raise the prices and cause inflation and hyperinflation in those countries.
Yeah.
America don't got EU back like they say.
Trump established that.
What was it? Great Britain said they're not sending no troops over there. I just read that today.
That's what the Brexit was about. I don't want to be a part of this shit no more.
Hey, somebody give me Isaiah 13. Because it tells you that they will not regard your gold or your silver. They don't care about, whatever sanctions you put on them. The Lord's going to put the spirit on them to do what the Lord wants them to do. It doesn't even matter what you do. Russia is pretty much set up to be a guardian to those nations over there. And that's why they're trying to protect their region by preventing NATO from taking
Stronghold.
Ukraine up under their wing.
Yeah, I was looking at the map earlier of that region. Ukraine is the spot. That's a major chunk of that USSR that they have to gain back. Because if anybody else occupies that area, they already up on you.
Mm-hmm.
They right there. That's right in range of Moscow.
They neighbors.
They there. They the same people that live next door.
And they examining the fact too of the matter. Okay, who's in the right, who's in the wrong? These nations ain't stupid.
Right.
They know that America is in the wrong.
Yep.
And that's gonna be the energy, the vibe. Now that we think about it, America's the fucking problem.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna come
You know?
to understand.
America's the problem.
They know this place is the problem, but the deals. They done made all these deals.
Eventually, they're gonna say, man, fuck these deals. Let's blow this bitch up. This bitch gotta go.
Yep. Somebody found that?
Yeah, he got it.
Oh, you want? It was on
13?
towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
17.
So this Isaiah 13 and 17, it says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it."
Yeah, so your sanctions, I mean, it doesn't matter. Anything you try to wage against them economically, that's not going to move nothing with them. All right? They're pretty much all with the smoke. Okay? And matter of fact, they got Ukraine surrounded, by the way.
Yeah.
They're waiting on y'all to pull up. They already surrounded. They already got the whole place surrounded.
Damn, bro.
They got their artillery. They got their tanks.
Yeah.
Missile systems.
They got their missile systems.
Everything.
They got ground to air missiles, missiles to land, air to land missiles. They got all that ready, man.
Can't forget about China and Taiwan.
Yeah.
China waiting for that perfect timing too. Make that move.
Might attack at the same time.
They might as well just take them at the same time. What is America
Yeah,
gonna
what
do?
America gonna do?
They
You
gotta
know?
jump this place.
You already spread too thin.
Yeah.
And that's gonna leave you open. That's gonna leave your ass open, and your border is already. You leave it open. You pride yourself in leaving your border open. Hey, what the scriptures say, it calls you the village, the unwalled villages.
Yep. Con.
You know.
That's part of your pride.
You all around the world trying to take over and shit. Meanwhile, you left yourself open. You left your house, you know, open, unlocked, bro. No. It says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces."
It could a literal bow, a bow and arrow, could that shatter somebody into pieces? Could that turn you into powder? But we know the instrument that can do that.
It's top of the chapter.
You know, we know the instrument that can do it. Well, that's what that's talking about.
Con.
Hey, let them
And Russia has plenty of them. Plenty. Okay. So you think that your brightness is what's gonna hold up? You know, your wisdom on the left hand side. They ain't gonna have no answers for you. When them arrows get to launching off, all your witches and warlocks and scientists and whoever, they're not gonna have no answers for you, and there will be nothing that you can do to turn anything back. This is the Lord bringing the end of your world, man. This is how your world is gonna end. This is the end of Esau.
Violence. Much violence.
The way you built this city was established on violence.
Con.
So guess what? That great city Babylon shall be thrown down with violence. That's what violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down. Okay? That's how it's going out.
He that liveth by the sword shall die by the sword. You know?
Right here.
Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces,
Yep.
and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children.
Yeah, I mean, when the Lord put that spirit on them, He's going to make sure that they don't have any compassion. All right? They're not going to be thinking, well, what about the those innocent babies and children?
They gonna press the button.
They're just going to say, man, fuck that, man. We got to end the great war, man.
America had no compassion on the world.
Yeah.
When America was bombing the fuck out of these
They
countries,
still bomb.
they bombed their kids.
Yeah.
You know,
Schools.
hospitals. So what do you think they're gonna give onto her double?
Yeah, I mean, they know your track record. You know, you drop bombs on whole cities. So if you get into a shootout with somebody that you know has a history of murking niggas, is just shooting shit up. You want to be the first one when y'all draw.
You taking off first.
You taking off first, man. You pop you busting them shots first.
Load the clip.
Yeah. If you don't shoot, he definitely gonna pop your ass. America's gonna shoot on you if you if you don't shoot. So that's basically what it's gonna be. All the nations, the Lord gonna make sure they all shoot.
Yep.
You see? So the Lord's setting this thing up, man. Prophecy is happening. You devils don't know what to do with yourself. Talking about some build back better. Come on, man.
A dream.
That's all an illusion. That's all an illusion, man. All right? The Lord said that his counsel is what shall stand. All right, your enterprise is going to be disappointed. Be disappointed the devices of the crafty that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. All right? No more on that?
See my spare children.
Yeah, read that.
Yeah, I can keep going.
Go ahead.
Verse 19, it says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees.
Now, I wanted him to make sure he brought up Babylon. I got something in Jeremiah 51. But that Babylon is important because this isn't ancient Babylon, which is the city of, the country of Iraq, where that's located. This is just showing you the confusion of a place like America that was associated with that ancient Babylon. This place is hella confused. Like my brother first stated, everything is upside down. Good is evil and evil is good now. That's how much this man has begun to rule, to where there's so much confusion in the world, you don't know who's telling you the truth. And that's how they deceived you. They confused you and said, hey, but we got our own way set up. It's already set up. Just look, it's going to end up here. But they don't tell you the fullness of that.
Yeah, the curse that Most High gave the serpent, right?
Yep, exactly.
Was to eat the dust, the confusion. That's how he's going to live.
Exactly right.
State of confusion.
And that was the first thing he did, because he sowed confusion with Eve. Right. He got the confusion, it was his practice throughout the earth now. And he's still, that's why when you go into the book of Revelations, it's talking about that old serpent. Okay, still talking about the spirit of this same man that's got to go down.
That red horse.
That red horse. That destroying red horse. It's just the son of perdition.
Still have more. It says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
it has to end this way. Yep. That's how your kingdom ends, in destruction, like Sodom and Gomorrah, because it modeled itself after Sodom and Gomorrah. It modeled itself after ancient Babylon, which the Babylonians were taken down. It modeled itself after the Greeks, they were taken down. It modeled itself after the ancient Romans, and it is the rebirth of the ancient Romans. They were taken down, they came back into power, and now they have to be taken down for good. Yeah. Even the Medes, when it said the Medes in there earlier, they got to be taken down. Okay?
That's Gog and Magog now. Even though the original Medes were of Japhet,
right? But
the Edomites took their place.
Yep. That was talking about the land. Yep. For those people, the people of that land.
Yep.
Okay, this man he should be next to Jerusalem, off in the mountains and shit. Is where this man should be, but he everywhere else in the world, trying to rule the entire world, causing confusion wherever he goes. So the Most High, how long do you think the Most High gonna allow this man to keep going? Not forever. This is literally the end of it. We're looking at the codes that are warning you of the disaster that's about to happen to this place. Okay, and you people are in the middle of a pandemic. You're in the middle of economic collapse. Well, this is the hyperinflation part of it. Before it completely collapses, moral decay has ruled the earth. Nobody gives a fuck about nothing important or each other. This place has to end. All the other, the military spread thin. All the previous great kingdoms have fallen for all these reasons, and this place holds all of them. All those same reasons the other place failed. This place holds all of those same ideologies in it.
And guess what? All those dominions that had their dominion taken away never returned.
Right.
They were never to return. You see? So that's going to be the same way Esau's empire. That's never going to return after this gets destroyed. You know? That's pretty much going to be the end of your chapter. And guess what's going to follow after that? Guess who's going to be your what they call it, your predecessor? Who's going to be your predecessor? Jacob, the man who you tried to eliminate.
You said that I will warn my
No,
father.
the days of my father are at hand.
Right hand, yeah.
I'm going to slay him.
Slay him, yeah.
Now will I slay my brother.
The one that you tried to keep from his excellency.
Yeah.
He's going to precede you, man.
I got a pretty real quick before you said.
I might read it.
Amos 1:11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and kept his wrath forever.
And if the Most High don't step in now, you'll be to destroy the whole earth.
Yeah.
If you don't step in now, you'll destroy yourself and everybody on the planet. And you know that. That's why the fuck you trying to go off into space. Because you know you got this place destroyed.
Hey, Esau's worst nightmare is going to come to reality, which is having Jacob rule over him. And after everything that he did unto us, to know that he's guilty of that. And he has to pay for it.
That's going to haunt him every day. Every morning he wake up, he's going to be haunted at the fact that all this shit that he did to these people, now those people are over him.
Okay.
Just imagine that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you did something heinous to a man's family. You know, you tortured him, you raped him, you stole from him.
Okay.
You know, you took a lot of valuable, precious things from them, and then you made them forget about it.
Okay.
Then you taunted them. You told them, "Hey, pull yourself up by the bootstraps." You did all these things to them, and now those same said people, now they got you. Now they got a leash. Now they got a leash around your neck.
Okay.
Just imagine the vengeance. Just imagine it. Just imagine that, man.
Right.
We're really gonna bring that terror to them.
But we're not going to do nothing.
And it's just a fraction of
Yeah,
it.
bro. That's
This is the easy part.
This is
One
just
easy.
recent. This is what he did recently, man. That wasn't that long ago.
This was just the worst. It was a short term of the worst that you can physically come up with.
Oh, it counting the Greeks and the Romans.
Right.
You gotta pay for that.
Yeah. And there's stuff in the scriptures, like the little boy for harlot and all that, that was mainly back then. They was really raping young Jake, man. You think this pedophile island shit is bad? You should have saw that. It was commonplace in those captivities.
When in the Greeks and
Greeks
Romans,
and
yeah,
Romans.
making Jake wrestle and shit, naked,
All that.
all kind of, man.
They
Wicked
might
ass
have
shit, man.
boy toys.
yeah.
They called
Okay.
them.
It's too much, and that's just the things that we know.
Yeah, that's just what's documented.
You know?
Yeah, the doctor.
We don't know the things they've done in the labs
Right.
with Jake.
Been
You know?
all type of experiments done on us. You just did it all, man. You did it all.
Let's see why they're so special to God. I want to go in
But-
deep.
hey, but
now
yet-
they trying to take out the God gene. That's how deep they've done experiments on us. How you know we got a God gene in us?
Right.
They did all kind of experiments on the so-called black woman,
Yep.
and she's in. They probably got it worse as the men, but they in love with this devil.
Yeah, man, Shema, Israel.
Hey, Shalom.
All the way from the East Coast, man.
All right, now,
Yeah.
shalom. Yeah, man. Hey, somebody give me Lamentations 4.
Oh, check out the haircut.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Shaking his hell,
You ain't
man.
made it. So you got one, man.
God damn.
You got one, bro.
We're just talking about the history.
Lamentations 4 and I got it. 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. The
Meaning
punishment.
it's going, basically, you're gonna drink of this cup, and you're gonna get exposed. I'm gonna lift your skirts up.
Yeah, you're gonna expose yourself. It said you was gonna do it to yourself.
Right.
This way of life is exposing you. The way that matter that you were born with, that different matter that you were born with, that separated you from the bowels, that has exposed you for who you are. Okay, the Heavenly Father been watching it. He gave you free reign to just go. And now look what you're doing. You've done the worst shit on the planet. So now he has to bring the hammer down on you.
Hey, and he's embarrassed.
Yeah.
It's all the shame just constantly just keep coming out. Hey,
Two.
yeah,
I'm get this.
shameful spewing, man. And us being the Lord's mouthpiece as prophets, the Lord said He would, lift up your skirt so that your shame be seen. Well, hey, we're standing right next to your skirt, and we holding it up for your ass, man. Holding it up so everybody can see the filth, man.
Disgusting.
You a freaking pedophile, man. You a heavy drug user. You a murderer.
Scum of the earth. Esau.
Yeah, man.
We're blending them out, right?
You harvest organs. You sacrifice people, sacrifice children.
Yep.
You drink blood.
You pray to Satan.
Yeah, man.
And that's who your God is, Satan. You live by the flesh, not by the spirit, or This man is just completely adverse to the way life should be on earth.
Complete opposite.
Go ahead.
Verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
Somebody go to that same chapter and verse in the NLT translation. Lamentations 4 and 21 and 22. Read that in the NLT real quick. Because this was must go on for Esau for his world to end. Because Esau is the end of the world, so before his end, before his final judgment, he gotta appear on the summer jam screen for the whole planet, for the whole world.
Right.
Even the animals is watching.
Yeah.
They're rebelling against your ass. This is why animals are attacking at an alarming rate.
Okay.
You know. You got it.
Hey, brother.
This is Lamentations chapter 4 and 21 in the NLT. It says, are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, O people of Edom? But you too must drink of the cup of the Lord's anger. It says, you too will be stripped naked in your drunkenness.
Oof.
It says,
You're gonna expose yourself in your own intoxication, man. Because it says that he transgresses by wine, therefore he's a proud man. The pride of thine heart have deceived you.
Yep.
That you don't think that you can ever be brought down or can fall. That's why the Lord's getting ready to make a heavenly example out of you. Much like he did with Pharaoh in ancient Egypt.
Right.
It's going to be a million times worse. Go ahead.
verse 22. Verse 22, it says, "O beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. You will soon return from exile."
Hey, and right now we're still in exile.
Right.
We're still in a place of our captivity, where both Judah and Israel are being oppressed together. Still subject to payment, still got to pay taxes, bills, got to work for for the enemy, got to go to the enemy for the one of all things.
Right.
You know, He's making sure that we don't get the opportunities that the other nations have. When these other nations come over here, they have initiatives. They get, you know, the necessities to build themselves up.
Okay.
They make sure you jakes can't get it, unless there's a token few of you that's willing to sell your soul and do something wicked and abominable.
What they won't do is allow one or two of us to rise up and then lead the people the right way. They
Right.
no. Hell no. You know? Because if they allowed us to get free, you know what would happen? Eventually we would come back to this Bible. We're gonna come back to this Bible regardless, but that's what they don't want. The moment we come back in the right spirit to this Bible, everything he's done all this for is over. So that's the number one thing why they can never let us get up.
Go ahead.
I'll finish this. It says, but Edom, your punishment is just beginning.
Right, your punishment is just beginning.
Yeah.
It just only starting, bro.
Right.
It's just only starting.
We've been having it good thousands of
You know,
years.
you think right now because your woman is coming against you, that y'all having problems. You know, she taking the kids from you. You know, she getting trains run on her by Jake and shit while married to your ass. Your woman can't have your seed.
Yeah, come.
She's infertile. You're on drugs, stranded out because things ain't going right for you. You feel like your rights and privileges is being stripped from you. You feel like you're getting cucked out of your kingdom.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm sorry, but the scripture just said it's just only beginning. It's just only starting for you. And that's pursuant to Deuteronomy 30 and 7. All right? Now you getting your ass beat by the police. You know? It's Edomite on Edomite crime. Everything y'all say about us could be said right back to you now. Okay?
You the one in these soup kitchens. You know, you the one that they probably suffering more from the moratorium getting lifted than Jake getting evicted.
Yeah.
You know, it's more in California. It's more homeless Edomites than ever, living on the beach, living under the freeway and shit. Edomites.
Yeah.
You know, there's some Jakes in there, but it's a more influx of Edomites than anything. So you seeing these curses begin to come upon you.
I was gonna say, because you didn't see homeless middle class like that. The homeless middle class aren't Jakes. The homeless middle class are Edomites.
Okay.
The poor Jakes are still homeless. Somehow on drugs and whatnot. Now you guys are the one. The middle class is mainly Edomites. I got a phone call the other day because it's my California number. I said, yeah, so we're just calling to let you know that a bill passed that during the peak hours of 4 to 9, we're gonna basically double the kilowatt per hour from 22 cents to 42 cents. I'm like, what? I didn't know that it was in California until I started. I was like, hey, I don't even live there. Like, oh, okay, well, this is from California. But that's what the shit going on over there. The worst times, the most busiest time, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m., the price doubles to be on electronics
Got off work,
and
some
internet.
kids at home, you cooking dinner, you watching TV.
Yeah, winding down at the end of the night.
You know, Esau, this devil's putting the squeeze on everybody, even his own. You know?
Yeah. Showing you, look what he's doing.
So what?
He's so desperate, he's doing it to his own people too.
So how much more you Israelites, you people on this side,
Yeah.
what do you think they're gonna do to you? If he's doing that to his own, you know?
He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? Who will he do good, man?
Yeah, I got it. I was still reading the last verse. Yes, back in Lamentations 4 and 22, and I'll finish the verse. It says, "You will soon return from exile," speaking of Jerusalem. "But Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Soon your many sins will be exposed."
The end of a thing in the beginning thereof. We're at the end, so whoo! You at the beginning of your shit.
Yeah.
Right.
This all bad coming for you.
The end of your world and the beginning of your shit.
It says, "Soon your many sins will be exposed." It also lines up with, "Then shall that wicked be revealed."
Yep.
You know? That in these last days, the wicked is being revealed. We can't hide anymore. You can't hide with your witchcraft and your enchantments anymore. You know, it's not working. The whole world is pretty much waking up to the fact that the elite, the global elite, who are the Edomites, are the problem.
Yep.
And that's why every time you see these dudes, you know, Fauci and Gates and all these guys, when they do their interviews or they, you know, when they make their little live appearances, you can tell that their background is not real. It's all CGI, green screen. They don't want you to know where they're at because they know people want them.
Yeah, the Canadian president, Justin Trudeau, he fucking fled Canada, man.
Right.
He went to some isolated place where
Right.
nobody's at because the trucker strike up there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so these politicians, man, they running scared, man.
Yeah.
You know, and this is just beginning of it.
God.
Beginning.
The ones in Kyrgyzstan resign.
Yeah.
Say, fuck this, we out of here. We can't deal with this. We're not about to deal with it. You know, they know what time it is.
I mean, what do you expect? He's fucking putting the clamps on people. People can't, you know, survive. You know, putting that mandate shit out. You know, what do you expect, man?
God.
You know, you're just a puppet, man. You know, these people ain't gonna go get the Rothschilds.
Right.
They gonna come get your ass, man.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, because that's the beauty of the deceit. You don't know who the fuck they are. They're a shadow government. The truth of the matter, though, is that they're just going to get whoever they can get. They just need to get their hands. The regular people just want to get their hands on somebody.
Yeah, 'cause
You the ones they set y'all up. We come to get you.
Hey, the elite are being preserved. All right, they're gonna hide and they're gonna be preserved to be those first fruits of slavery.
God.
All right, they're gonna play their role, but these
Puppets.
these puppets, man, y'all is
Yeah,
they're gonna be
they're
hunted.
deceived in some kind of way, man. You know,
You told me that this
you're gonna
is
receive all the backlash is on you.
Yeah,
But you're not the one that's really handing down the orders.
Hey, they're the fall guy.
Yeah, that's the fault.
Yeah, they're deceived that actually think they got power.
Yeah.
They don't got these governors, these mayors. They don't got no real power. What was it up in I want to say Michigan somewhere where they were plotting to kidnap
Democratic governor.
the Democratic governor. So
The female, she's a female, the Edomite bitch.
yeah,
It was you know, conspiring with each other to try to take her, but they ended up investigating and they caught their ass.
but what's going to happen when there ain't going to be no investigators there, no police to save these politicians? You know, their ass just gonna get got. They're gonna get kidnapped. They're gonna get tortured.
That's second Edge 15. Second Edge 15. That situation with the truckers, that shit ain't gonna. That shit is spread.
And that's over mandates.
Yeah. That shit is
That's because they
spread.
want to take the mask off.
Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with the economy collapsing, the money, inflation. You know?
How much more when it's food? When it ain't no food out there? When these truck drivers are striking because it ain't worth it to go on the highway
Yeah.
because they can possibly get killed.
God.
You know, you gonna have the civilians blocking off the highways. You know.
I got it. Second Ezra chapter 15, start at verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." The threat of death, you know, is right there because they're ready to really lay people down and kill for their own life. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes." And that's what we're talking about, those positions of power, so to speak, with politicians,
So-called authority.
authoritative positions, you know. I write laws and do all of this. I'm lawyers, I'm a judge, you know, I'm a council member or whatever. Well, they're coming for you. They're not gonna care. They're just gonna see that you living good and they're gonna come and get it out you, man. Okay, this is the time that we're really being set in. Somebody
It talks about that in Job 20 where it says all the hands of the wicked
Shall
shall
be
come upon
upon
me.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we know it's not talking about literally literal wicked. It's talking about
Come to do your evil.
those who are lowly. You know, those that toil with labor.
Yep. Somebody looked that word sedition up. Somebody can pull out the dictionary. I don't know what it means, but, you know. But I want somebody to read it so they can understand that that's what's building up right now.
Like you see, was that a week ago? They tore shit up over there in Brussels.
Yep.
Brussels, Belgium. They lit that shit on fire, man. You know.
But where
And then down there in Australia, there was the police had to flee. They was pushing the police back. You know,
This here is fucking stupid, man.
Yeah.
showing up to DC with fucking signs and shit. Like, how long y'all gonna keep doing that?
And that's Edomite showing up with signs.
It does nothing.
Yeah.
It does nothing for your purpose, your cause.
Yelling into a damn bullhorn in front of the White House. Like that's theatrics, man.
It's because they still have their bread and circuses.
Yeah.
They're still able to, after they go on
You
march,
look at your word?
go to the steakhouse
Yeah.
and get a ribeye.
And go to Golden Corral and shit.
You know, watch the game.
With no mask on.
You know,
They still got something to live for here.
they're
That's why,
pacified.
you know.
They're pacified out here. You know, but eventually that Murph, that's gonna get taken away, man. Eventually that circus, that's all gonna get taken away, and the bread.
That's starting to happen.
You know.
These stores are starting to empty up on their shelves,
Okay.
and the inflation. These people, especially if you live in right slightly on the poverty line or below the poverty line, you feeling it the worst right now.
Yep.
And you're desperate. You probably going around, you know, you might be panhandling, you might be asking people, you know, can you get me something to eat?
Yep.
But after a while, when more people start to get hungry,
It's like, nah, man.
it's gonna be now we gotta fight for the food.
Yeah.
We're gonna run in the store.
Yeah,
They're
they're gonna bum rush these markets, man.
Yeah, they started in California.
And who's gonna be at the front of that? Jake.
Jake, and Jake is gonna have, because it talks about sedition with swords in their hands.
Yep.
You notice Americans are the most armed public on the face of the earth.
Okay.
Their citizens are the most armed nation
Yep.
in the world. And then over there in LA recently, when those trains
Yeah,
got broken into, Jake broke into them trains, you better believe there were guns
Kind.
on those trains.
Okay.
So Jake probably took all type of assault rifles, AKs, you know what I'm saying? Even though Jake dumbass, they
Take-
probably gonna use it on each other still. But after a while, when it get real ugly, Jake gonna go toe to toe with Esau.
What did you have?
This is the etymology dictionary of sedition. It says rebellion, uprising, revolt, concerted attempt to overthrow civil authority, violent strife between factions, civil or religious disorder, riot, rebelliousness against authority.
That's it. So everybody's not rolling with their government right now. They're not rolling with each other like that. Particularly, we're talking about the government, those that are officials in place. There's a divide or a separation with a key word there. When everybody was equal persona, you know, and what was the other phrase they had? That's not a many one.
Order out of chaos.
No, it was another. It was something about
Out of many, one.
That's the, yeah. That is it. So it is a plural.
Pluribus unum.
No, that was it. But anyway, so it's the e plural sum. Right. Out of many, one, meaning they were together on this. Out of many, we're the one country that's set up this way, right? With that image of the beast, really what they're trying to get to. Now, that's divided into two. Now it's divided into many. Okay, now that
All these
divide
different
is beginning to
factions,
happen.
all these
Yeah.
different religious opinions,
Yep.
political differences.
Now, seeing was
It's nothing but
I
division.
know more.
Yeah, all these factions clashing with each other.
It was easy when we got to go clear out all of the Jakes out of there, you know, the Gad and Issachar, and we're going to bring the slaves over, the so-called Africans or whatever, the Negroes over. You know, they were all on board for that. They were all in one mind with that. Now, they don't know what to do next.
Right.
So now it's like, well, we need to take Russia. We need to take that Ukraine. We need that oil over there to control the world, or that whole region. It's like, but we're good over here. Why do we need to do that? We need to fix the shit up. You know, they're trying to fix it, but they're only creating more of a problem. Okay, that's the issue. They're creating more of a problem, bringing more heat up on their own people.
Hey, this devil's trying to go into the heavens, man. He's trying to set up life in Mars.
What the fuck is
You know?
Elon Musk?
When
Why
he-
is NASA okay
Exactly.
with this nigga going up in space?
Why are you trying to flee, man? Why are you trying to leave Earth? You done fucked it up down here. Now you want to mess up the other planets too.
That's all you gonna do up
You
there.
know?
So that's the point of me reading about that sedition. There's a separation and divide, and what the scriptures say. A house, yeah. I figured
Mark
somebody-
3:24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand.
And you know how that the curses. What curse is that on us?
I shall be
be evil towards his brother. So we went through that. Now the curse is turned back on you. Okay, because you got Edomites in the Democrats and Edomites in the Republicans. That's got totally different ideologies, liberals and conservatives.
Yeah, it's
Totally
crazy.
different look.
You got certain Republicans against other Republicans and certain Democrats against other Democrats.
Each party is divided now.
Yeah.
That's how bad it's got.
Like Democrats that don't fuck with Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got liberal Democrats, you know, that's in California.
Yeah.
And just like Nevada, you got conservative Democrats.
Right.
So, you know, that's division right there.
How's this gonna ever work? It's never gonna work.
Yeah, you got division in the White House with Biden and Harris. They don't see eye to eye.
Trump and what's the guy? Pence. Pence, at the end of it,
He
was
backstabbed him.
Like, he backstabbed.
He should what is it, commence?
Yeah, you should have basically let him in
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
I forgot what that's called.
What's the certain word?
Yeah.
And real quick, when you look up that word divided in the Greek, the word is merizo. And then in the definition it says to divide, to separate into parts, cut into pieces, to divide into parties, i.e. be split into factions.
It is. Split into factions or fractions, if you will.
Yeah.
Divide it up.
Right.
That's the word that came to mind, you know?
Another word for faction, party,
Yeah.
group.
Yeah. Sections. Comes out of that.
And that's what you see in there.
I got some Luke 12:51.
Yep.
Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division.
And I gotta say this real quick before we actually break that down. That whole mentality should be alarming to you that the Lord's coming back. The division that's happening in the earth. This is something that he says he's coming to do to divide up the people. He did it when he came back correcting the wicked scribes and Pharisees, when he was setting the priesthood on order, on where it was going to become spiritually at versus where it was carnally set up at. Okay, he had the people divided with that, the Sadducees versus the Pharisees and so on and so forth. And what is he doing now? He's dividing the people again for the righteous and the wicked. And that's talking about Jake also. The righteous Jakes, the elect, versus the wicked Jakes, the 2/3. All right, this is what the Lord has come to do, to divide the people up into categories, man.
But you see what's going on. This man, he's trying to make everybody one.
Yep.
He doesn't want the division. He wants everything to be one. That's the whole purpose of their whole New World Order. Is everything to be merged into one system. Everybody speaking the same thing. Everybody on the same accord. You know?
Easy to control people when it's all on one accord.
Yeah.
All under that one system under him. That one image.
Yeah, man.
And to make that happen, you gotta have some type of catastrophic event take place, some type of false flag event that's gonna bring everyone together, or we're gonna put aside our differences, you know, because of the situation that happened, and you know, it's got to happen. It's that order out of chaos that's going to take place, because this place we're going into is divided. So in order to bring everyone together, something got to happen.
Now I was gonna say, what did the former president say?
What if
President Reagan.
Yeah.
He said it. What if unforeseen forces or outside forces of aliens, come to our planet? Will we then set aside our differences?
Right.
And band together?
That's
New World Order.
That's 2nd Ezra 13 right there.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, and
Because that's what they are gonna do when Big Bro show up, man.
Yep. And
That's exactly what
some people even consider that it might be a false flag alien attack first.
Like some MK
It's got to be some
Yeah.
extinction type scenario where humanity has to come together.
Yeah.
The threat of
Like
aliens.
before and shit, man.
Aliens are coming. Something,
Yeah.
something big is
That's-
coming to the earth.
And that's how he has the power to deceive the masses.
Yep.
He was coming as after the working
That's
of Satan
Satan.
with all power signs and
Sign
lying wonders.
Yep.
All right.
Verse 52. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Yep. So people's families are even divided.
Yep. We saw this past election divide up households.
Hey, you see-
Edomite households particularly.
You see that with the Juice.
Yeah,
Juice.
Juice is doing it too. This is, and y'all don't know that this is the Lord setting this up. Y'all don't understand that there's a major event that's going to come to the earth that's going to make you choose a side. And what Joshua said, choose this day whom you shall serve. And me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord.
That's it.
There shouldn't be a question what you, Jakes, are going to do with time, with life going forward. It shouldn't be a question. But it is a question. Because you can't see yourself from up under the captivity of this Edomite, man, this damn wicked ass devil. Okay? But the Lord's it said, though hand join in hand, the wicked should not go unpunished. And that's why you don't want to join to righteousness with this thing. Because you're wicked inherently within you. You're of your father the devil. Talking about Israelites right then. You were set up to have that wicked or not for you to be converted and be healed by his word that was coming out.
It's like they envy him.
Yeah, they want what he
The
got.
scriptures say, "Envy not the oppressor."
Choose none of his ways.
They think that that's the only way to success is to emulate their oppressor, man.
They see he wins with. I always tell this story.
We at the end of his world. This is his world. He's supposed to have what he got.
Yeah, and it's getting taken from you.
Huh?
That don't mean you're supposed to pick up his shit. You're supposed to pick up righteousness, man.
Huh?
Jake want to pick up riches and money and a good lifestyle and good image of the people where everybody reverence you when you walk in the room.
Glory.
The pseudo glory shit, right?
Vainglory.
Vainglory.
Jake think they're gonna get into the kingdom with a T-shirt with
Right.
fringes on it,
Right.
Yeah.
or they gonna pull up into the gates in a Hellcat.
This nigga made this shit,
Come on, man. Leave this shit to this world. This world ain't coming with us, man.
Everything in this world is gonna perish.
Come.
These bodies not even gonna get up into the chariots.
Man. It ain't going across the seas over there. These bodies and the bullshit that's over here. It ain't going back to the Holy Land. That gotta get wiped out too. Thus saith the scriptures. The point we're making is the fashion of this world has to pass away. And the longer you hold on and try to dress yourself in the fashion of this world, you gonna pass away with it.
That's it.
Like
Falling back on that division, this is the time to separate from this world.
Somebody get Michael too.
This is the time to start separating from this world. Like now, not tomorrow, like now,
Somebody find that one in 2nd Ezra, was it 7, where it says, "Flee the shadow of this world."
It's funny because I got something to go with this. Somebody hit that Michael too real quick. Whoever got it.
Second Ezra 2 and 36. That's where it says. You can get what you got while you go to it.
Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
For us Israelites, man, this devil's rest. He can chill over here like that. But he ain't chilling because he sees his shit is getting uprooted. He sees that his power is fleeing from him.
It says that in Job 20, he shall not feel quietness in his belly.
he can't rest.
He can't rest.
You know, because he can't deceive on the same level he used to. The people, and the worst thing that's shaking him, got him shaking in his sleep now that he can't rest, is because we're waking up to this truth about him. We're exposing him, and not only that, we're fully out here showing our faith that we believe that our Lord is going to come back and rescue us out of this destruction that he got set up for us.
Yeah, even following dietary law to the best of your abilities, that's departing from this world, man.
That's right.
Departing from Esau society. You basically taking money out of his pocket.
Yep.
When you do that.
And he can no longer use you to fulfill his pharmaceutical and industrial complex. You know, because it's mainly you that keeps him flourishing.
Yep.
You know, you eating all the foods that he promotes, and your diet is all messed up. And I saw a study where they had like a graph, and it had like it was giving the mortality. It's like the mortality the mortality rate based off of race, gender, and pretty much the Jake, the so-called black American man, the Judite man, he leads in majority of those causes, especially dealing with the respiratory and the heart. You lead in all those deaths, man.
And that's mainly because of your diet.
Because of your diet. And Esau promoted that too. He taught you that in slavery. So now your diet is breaking you down and killing you, and the proceedings go straight to this man's pharmaceutical industry.
He got you with the food, selling you the bullshit food.
Which has chemicals. Go ahead.
And then he goes, that he created a laboratory. Now that same laboratory is creating the pharmaceuticals for you at the hospital that you gotta go to from eating that bullshit he sold in the first place. So he's winning on so many levels at once. So that's why you have to flee from a place like this. You're not fleeing physically. You have to flee mentally and spiritually from a place like this. We're physically captive as long as we got these chains of darkness. That's the worst captivity.
There's holidays. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween.
That's where you eat the worst of his shit.
Valentine's Day coming up.
Those are strongholds.
That's double defilement. Your spirit and your flesh is being defiled on those days.
It's a wicked ass cycle that this devil has
instilled in our people.
Instilled in our people. You got fucking kids eating fucking Happy Meal. So that begins a cycle. You're 2 years old, you eating nuggets and shit, and then you grow older, you've been eating that shit
of
for 20
course you're never gonna want to eat a Brussels sprout.
Bro, from the time
20,
you're
30
out,
years.
you're in the womb. You're being attacked. You know?
20, 30 years, you eating this shit, and then all of a sudden you wonder why you got diabetes. You got, some type of cancer, liver disease, heart disease.
Bro, when you're a child, they pump you up with all these juices to go to school.
You can't leave the hospital as a newborn without them injecting you.
What is that shit called, Brian? High fructose
Corn syrup.
Corn syrup. That
It's
shit.
every fucking thing.
Yep.
Over here.
Bliss points.
We looked up. We saw that article that was talking about the difference over in the UK.
Oh yeah.
Ketchup is tomato, salt, and vinegar. Over there. Sugar. Over here, it's like 12 extra chemicals put in that shit.
Maltodextrin.
Man, triglycerides,
Triphosphate.
all kind of shit that. Why come it's not in theirs?
You can get it. You gotta pay extra
You gotta pay extra to get it.
for the organic shit.
Yeah, because everything here is set up to destroy you.
Yep, we'll make money.
You know, to kill Jake, Israel.
That was it.
You know, that's their intended target.
Valley of the shadow
You
of
know?
death.
Let me read it right here.
Yes, there's nothing but snares and traps out here, man, to put you down, to keep you down.
I got the example right quick. Heinz ketchup. It's ketchup.
Same brand.
Same exact brand. The ingredients of the UK version: tomatoes, spirit vinegar, salt, sugar, spice and herb extracts, and spice. The American version, the US version, tomato concentrate. They ain't even real tomatoes.
Yeah.
So that means they didn't dilute some shit out.
Yep.
Distilled vinegar, taking all of the
That's really
properties out of that. The mother.
the tomato flavoring. That's what the concentrate
really what it
is,
is.
you know?
Flavoring.
Without the vitamins and nutrients of the actual tomato.
High fructose corn syrup, and then corn syrup salt, spice, onion powder, and natural flavoring. What is that? We know what that is.
Gun.
MSG.
A chemical, man, a fucking poisonous chemical.
That's that Monsanto shit. You know, that DuPont shit.
Yeah.
The DuPont family, all those
And
families.
you wonder why you're addicted to that shit?
Yeah.
Because it's a drug.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all drugs, man.
Fructose corn syrup and the natural flavors.
Yeah. And it's doing the most damage to you.
Yeah.
Jake could eat some chicken wings and put ketchup on it.
Yeah. And it came with sauce.
Yeah.
Gun.
You know?
Gun.
It's
Jake
silly.
with barbecue sauce, hot sauce, and everything.
Bro, Jake put hot sauce in they ramen noodles.
With Doritos.
And what's the
Spread.
Tony's?
Saturated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doritos and butter. Big old scoop of butter. I seen
Yeah,
Jake
man,
do
that's
that.
Worst shit.
Micah 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 and 10.
Hit it one more time.
Read that
Micah
again.
2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
This is one element of food we're talking about. We're not, you know, brothers mentioned the holidays. I mean, look at the setup with the liberalism in this place. You're just too free to do what thou wilt over here. Okay? You need a set of guidelines and disciplinary rules and punishments when you cross those spiritual boundaries. That's what the Heavenly Father, what we're talking about with this Bible. And our people are the worst. You only have rules if it's righteous or if this man can't make money off it without penalizing him. With this sets you up in the proper order, man, so you can understand how to move your mind and your spirit around in a righteous way, in a righteous vibration amongst a wicked society. That's where you separate at. So riding around a Hellcat, that ain't gonna do it for you, man. That ain't gonna wearing your fringes on the outside, that ain't gonna do it for you when you still got your mind and your spirit focused on the things of this world. Still being a nigga, man. You got your preset. Yeah, more.
Because it is polluted and it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction.
Yeah. It'll destroy you even with a sword destruction, man. And Jake, you're destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
Really,
And that's why this world has the level of influence that it has over you. When you're supposed to be the salt of the earth, you're supposed to be influencing the world in righteousness.
Standard.
But you lost your savior, so you're good for nothing. So therefore, these outside forces now have influence over you. And now you're just, you know, like they say, you're a product of your environment.
Yep.
Well, look at the environment. You're fucked up, man.
Yep.
You're fucked. You fucked over, man. The scriptures tell you in Isaiah the 1st chapter that, you know, the whole head is sick.
Right.
You're full of putrefying sores.
Yeah.
You know, you have no healing ointment. But hey, we're giving you the ointment. We're giving you the healing. This word is what heals you. And the scriptures tell you to come out of this world. That's the first step. Come from under the clutches of this damn devil, man. Loose thyself from thy bonds, O captive daughter of Zion. Put on your beautiful garment, man. That's how you become free from this devil. See? It's all destroyed. All just confusion. It's just confusion. All type of loud ass music playing all over the place. It's just, it's just a bizarre. We live in a bizarro world. What type of kingdom is this? It's nothing but just confusion, man.
Oh yeah, and they walk down the street right here. Everything
But it's a metal blast.
yeah.
Now let you know everybody, they don't turn the shit on when they go into it. Let the shit play out for the I want to hear those
They could be talking speakerphone. Loud as shit. The pollution really starts with the minds of Jacob. And then they defile their bodies and, you know, they act out and just bug out. But Esau got you niggas' minds.
Yep.
And the only cure from that is the spirit of the Lord. The spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai has to lift up that veil that he's covered the world with, as mainly you Israelites.
That touchscreen?
But he's blinding you Jakes, man, with all this witchcraft and all the philosophies and shit that this devil pushes out there. You know, you have to repent and turn to the Lord for so you can be healed. You know? If you're not, shit, you're just gonna be a bugged out nigga out there that's gonna be destroyed. Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, so
That's straight to the point, right?
I got
Second
something.
Ezra chapter 2 and verse 36. It says, "Flee the shadow of this world." All right. "Receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly."
That's it. Fleeing the shadow of this world, that means that you came into the light. You got away from the darkness. And now you proclaiming Yahweh Shai, because now you're in the light. You've been illuminated. And now you can see all the works of darkness. And you testify against it just like he did.
Okay.
He said, the world cannot hate you, but me it hated,
Yep.
because I testified thereof that the works are evil. So now you're gonna actually stand up against the wicked works, because the whole world lies in wickedness, man.
Okay.
The whole world is under the control of the devil, man. So you're gonna stand against it. You're not gonna have fellowship with unfruitful works of darkness. You're gonna reprove it,
Right.
and the world's gonna hate you for that. All right, Yahweh Shai went through that, so will you. But that's what happens when you flee the shadow of this world, because you're not of this world.
Yeah. We're
Okay.
in it, but not of it.
Con. Hey, we in the world, so you know we use the world, but we don't abuse it.
Yeah.
We don't let the things of this world have power over us.
Right. So when these things leave us or take it away from us, well, you know, it don't bug us the same. That's the main reason why you have to flee and get your mind out of this place, your spirit out of this place. Because this devil's he dangled all of this, he gave you all of this, so when he snatches it and take it away, you're like, fuck it, so?
Okay.
We ain't have shit anyway. My stake and claim is not in this world. My stake and claim is in the world to come.
Okay. It's a mental unplug from the strongholds.
Here it is. Well put.
I got to breathe. Someone had to.
I got something that you got.
Colossians 3 and 5. "Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth."
Those members and mortify means
kill.
mortal.
Cut
To
off.
kill it, right?
Yeah.
But how do you kill? You have to kill what you believe is alive in you. Okay? But you're supposed to cut off those fleshly members of your body. Kill those things, the things that your flesh seeks for. Your flesh ain't seeking for a car, it's seeking for a nice car. It ain't seeking for nourishing food, it's best tasting food. Okay? It ain't seeking for a shelter to be warm. It want to have nice clothes. Now, yeah, there's nothing wrong with those things, having nice things, but that shouldn't be the focus of what you live for. That's why you mortify that, man. You're gonna have the necessities. The Most High said in Matthew 6, He give you the necessities, but first put your mind on the kingdom of heaven at hand. Okay? That's where your focus should be. First, it said, "First seek ye the kingdom of heaven and His righteousness, and these things shall be added unto you." All your necessities. As long as I can move around and you know, and have some place warm to live, and ain't got to worry about the basic necessities of life, safety and food and shelter and warmth, hey, I'm good. Okay, but what did Jake aspire to? Jake become rappers for what? For the money. What do they get the money for? To not be broke.
For the fame. For all the vain shit in this world.
All the bullshit.
For the hoes, for the ratchets, the thoughts.
They gotta give up their soul.
I was just gonna say, but what do you have to do to get that? You give up your soul, what do they tell you gotta talk about? All the worst, degenerate shit in the world, the most wickedness stuff that's going on in the world. So that's what you gotta give up to get out of that. With this, we give up this bullshit down on this side to get life eternal. With the top positions in the earth. We're on the top positions, you thinking is last name is Gates or fucking Musk or you know,
Bezos,
somebody like
Bezos,
that,
Richard
Bezos or
Branson
somebody. Nah, man. The real top positions in the earth, you don't hear about them names. We named half of them in those families. You get to be at that type of level.
King.
The real king on the earth. A real ruler on the earth.
They bums compared to what we
Bums,
gonna.
bro.
We ain't gonna be on their level.
Man.
They peasants still.
Man, and Jay can't even get close to that level. You know, on this side. You can't get Jay-Z, you know, who was it? Who was it? Who did he say? He said Bill Gates. It was Chris Rock. He said Bill Gates woke up with Oprah money, he slit his throat. That's Bill Gates. He ain't even the top guy.
Right.
We talking about Rothschilds and shit, man. The ones that own colors, dye. They own dyes are named after their family or whatever.
They got wines.
That's the spirit.
You know,
Average person can't afford that one.
because the grapes are growing in a certain place in the earth is worth more that they make wine out of it. What the fuck?
Said 500 trillion liquid.
Bro. They got hordes of our riches in the earth. Stuff that needs to be back attached to the earth. They got it vaulted away, keeping all that energy off the earth.
They own whole countries, man.
Yeah. Motherfucker had a pedophile island. He owned a fucking island to go do wickedness at.
God.
That's the level of power we're talking about, but in righteousness. Not that old wicked bullshit, but in righteousness. That's what this will lead you to. But this place gotta go. You gotta separate yourself to have an opportunity for this.
Have you read that already? Flee the shadow of this world?
Yeah, I got one that goes with the
Colossians 3 and 5. Mortify therefore your members which are upon earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil covetousness, and covetousness which is idolatry.
And just naming a few things we named, coming out of that is gonna start you off on the right foot, man. Not worried about if I don't get my woman a present on February the 3rd, what is it, the 14th? The 4th, I don't even know. I tell you, I don't even know what day it is. February the 14th, she gonna be in the doghouse. She can't put me in the doghouse, man. How she gonna put you in the doghouse?
If you thinking like that, nigga, you already in the doghouse.
You're done, man. You're done already. We flee from that. Now, she can be mad at you, but I can be mad at you too.
If she get mad at you about some shit like that, you the truth, you don't need to be with that.
I'm trying to tell you, if you're concerned about what she gonna say or do for you, about you on that day, you're already done. Your mind is completely in this world. You're gonna be destroyed with it. I got a quick one.
I said 3.
All right,
3 and 12.
That wasn't what I had, but you can quote it.
Yeah, basically, what's that?
Children.
of my people.
Yeah.
The sons of Israel.
Children are their oppressors.
Children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
Yeah. And they that lead thee cause thee to err. Lead you down the wrong path, man. That's why you can't follow. You have to detach from this world. The people that rule this world, the Edomites, and your woman, which is his number 2. Your woman is his number 2. Rule over you, lead you to destruction.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look at Dwayne Wade and
you go.
And his son.
Here you go.
Bro.
His son got braids now in the neck like a woman.
I know.
Full.
Yeah.
He run a jersey with a fucking.
They tried to show Kobe.
The Kobe jersey.
Yeah, Kobe jersey, but it was a dress.
With the little Philly shit at the bottom and all that, man. What kind of world is this, man? This is what you want to live under?
And this nigga Dwayne Wade, he's in with that group of crowd. He gotta be okay with that shit. He can't speak against that.
Magic Johnson. Gotta be in with that.
The rapper, the Young Jeezy.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, him.
Y'all didn't see the Russell Simmons example? Y'all didn't see Russell? The example what Russell Simmons just went through? Y'all ain't see what Dr. Dre going through? Y'all ain't looking at this shit?
And that's a straight sacrifice. Straight up sacrifice, man.
Yeah. They sacrificing their kids before they even born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get right over to Satan, man.
Yeah. Out of this book. I got this real quick. I was gonna read the top, but I'll go straight to the point now. It's Jeremiah 51:6, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul, be not caught off in her iniquity. Now this is the physical punishments that come from not separating yourself spiritually.
Yeah, that's talking about actual fleeing too.
Right.
In that chapter.
That's what I'm saying. The
Yeah.
physical fleeing of it. If you don't get your mind and self out of this, you're gonna get destroyed in this place. Because you don't have an opportunity unless you cleanse yourself of this place to get out of this place physically. You start spiritually.
That's telling these nations that are here, you better flee. Get up out of here, man. You know, you came over here to make your money,
Yep.
but you know the judgment is
Set.
right now. Right? You might want to get out of Dodge before you get caught up in the judgment.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that have made all the earth drunken.
Including Jake.
Yep.
Jake is drunken with it.
Jake's the worst. The majority of our nation is swimming in Babylon juice, man. You know? Half of them will fight you if you speak against the JAB. When they've come out and said the shit, you're better without it.
Bro.
What's that? Oh, they are drunk, but
it's
now
a
with
lag
strong
time.
drink.
Right.
It's a lag time.
Lag time, right? It just ain't caught up yet to the times that we're. It's just because you ain't the numbers that look that way, but watch, when it's really get heavy, you're gonna see that we're gonna do good. Okay. Stupid.
Jake is gone, man. Jacob beat your ass because y'all have rival football or basketball
Yeah.
teams.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Raider fans whooping
Niner fans.
whooping Niner fans' ass and shit. You know? It's gone, man. It's drunk. Drunken.
Frivolous
Like-
vanity.
Yeah.
Nigga, you don't play for them.
Yeah, kind.
You know?
You don't even live in that city.
Jake can't touch the football, bro.
Yeah, you can't throw.
And we got like categories of Jakes. You know, there's some that are just out here like bulls. You know, they're just out of control Jakes. And then you got these other Jakes that are being misled
Yep.
by their pastors. You know, by their leaders.
Oh,
You
they
know?
belly.
So either one, both of them are gonna get destroyed. You know?
This is the path that it says, it says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. That's how they got it. We were talking about it earlier. That's how these nations got in bed with America. That's why they're pissed about the things that America's doing. They want to depart from it. Yep, it says, yep, the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. You drank that shit? So Babylon is suddenly falling and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she if be so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Forget about this place, man. The things that's happened here. Get the fuck out of Dodge, man. Get out of here. This place, free yourself spiritually from this place. The strongholds are getting even worse with the image that they're putting together. If the Most High didn't step in and stop this devil from fulfilling his enterprise with this MOTB, the world at large would be destroyed, man.
There would be no flesh
Left to be saved. You're right. Exactly right, bro. It says, forsake her and let us go every one to his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies.
That's what you see a lot of these countries are doing, you know, with e-commerce, where you don't even gotta be there. These other countries are fleeing. A lot of Chinese and women, they go back. A lot of groups go back to China. A lot of Ishmaelites, they going back to their country. They know this place is through. You know, right? Not even talking about the missiles. I'm talking about the economy, the uprisings. All of that shit is coming. These other nations see it.
Yep.
This is you Israelites, mainly, that don't see it. You don't think that America is going to be destroyed. You don't think that this place can never be destroyed or go down. You know? And y'all going to be the ones that's going to be out there fucked up the most, really.
Yeah, and that's the worst part.
Because these few Edomites, they got a little savings. They could stock up some food. You Jakes in the hood, y'all one mischecked away from being out on the street.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
As soon as they lock down again, and don't stimuli, you know, the people, you out. Because I don't tell you what's going to happen if they lock down again. You know, the people that took L's, the winners, that on the top of that, they're not going to take the same L again. They ain't going to take the same L again where you ain't paying.
There was one landlord that killed the tenant because they was, and it was, I think it was one back east too, where they was talking shit like, yeah, we ain't gonna pay you. Okay, he said he tried to go through the proper steps, proper avenues. They were talking shit. He put their ass to death. So that spirit is gonna be out there even more. Esau just did a test with this pandemic shit. Because imagine how Jacob would be right now if there was no stimulus, there was no what was it, extra $500 for unemployment or some shit. If they didn't put all this shit out there, what would Jake be right now? Hey, Jake could be fucked up. This whole country would be fucked up. But Esau, you know, he threw you a bone, and you niggas, you know, you took onto it and put your trust back in Babylon.
The scriptures say, Ecclesiastes, 7th chapter, a gift destroyed the heart. It destroyed your mind from looking at the devil in an evil way. For all the wickedness that he was doing, it's not plugged in. The wickedness that he was doing unto.
Plugged in the other one.
All right? So the first thing, the most profitable thing you can do for yourself in this time, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and Israelite, is to separate yourself from this world, man, the conditions of this world. Okay? Separate your flesh, your emotions from the conditions of this world. You looking for something?
Yeah, I was looking for something. Well, I'll kind of go what you were reading. This is Habakkuk 2 and 15.
Yep.
Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink and putteth by bottle to him and maketh him drunk also.
This is how we got in the nigga state that we're in. The supreme natural born nigga, born red, he taught us this nigga way. He instilled it in us with whips and chains and cotton picking. Okay? To say it roughly. And the whole time he did it, he went with straight up false doctrine and a book that we believe in. To the point, you niggas don't even believe in this book no more. That's the white man book. No, it was never his book. He had it and abused it. And he used it to justify abusing you with it. Okay? So when you come back to the true understanding of this thing, now you can now see clearly if the Holy Spirit is with you. Now you can see clearly the things that's happening in the earth. All right, go ahead.
Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink and putteth by bottle to him and maketh him drunk also, that thou may look on their nakedness.
This nigga done done it to the nations as well.
Yeah, that's what he did to Jake with crank.
Yeah.
Crack
Oh, that was the
epidemic.
worst. That's why when Chappelle said, he said, with the opioids, said, just so you know. You know, the same shit you told us when our nakedness was out there. We're going to laugh at you in these times to come.
We laughing at you Edomites, man, that's out there ODing on fentanyl and all type of opioids and shit.
Yep.
You know, where they putting it, they've been basically trying to, in the Bay Area, making it mandatory for them to go to rehab and shit. Hey,
they're giving it to them.
Yeah.
They're giving them the drugs.
Oh yeah, didn't
at the border. They're giving it to them so they don't OD.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so they can control it, them with it.
Read that again.
Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink and putteth by bottle to him and maketh him drunken also.
And maketh him drunken. Meaning spiritually intoxicated.
Yep.
You know, it's all spiritual, man. Okay. And this man, what did he force down our throat, man? Plantation Christianity, liberalism, you know, a capitalist mindset where you just want to, you know, you're selfish, you want to capitalize on and just money. You're not family oriented. You don't think about your nation.
Kind.
He installed all that into you, man, and made you drunken with it. He taught your the black woman feminism. And look what that did to the household.
Yep.
And he gets to look upon you from a distance and look at how dysfunctional and fucked up our community is. Well, that's what he did, man. When he put that bottle to you. Made you drunk, and now the black woman, she looks down upon you. She doesn't respect you.
Yeah.
She could do it on her own now.
Yeah.
Because Eve listened to the serpent again.
Gave you niggas a false cause called civil rights, making you think that, you know, this devil was gonna treat you equal in his kingdom. That was just witchcraft, and that wine is him getting you drunk. This devil is never gonna treat you Jake's equal or give you any type of rights. What he's doing right now is taking more and more of your so-called rights away. I'll finish this. That thou mayest look on their nakedness. Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also.
And that's going into Esau.
Yeah, Esau, yeah.
With the previous verse, you know, basically they're going to get to look upon Jake, basically out of their element, so to speak.
Yeah.
Remember, the Lord said, "I have planted thee to be a noble vine."
Right.
But how did you become a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
Yep.
You know? As long as we integrated with this devil, we deteriorate heavily. But once we learned the Western way, that was it. You lost your manhood, you lost your etiquette, your mannerisms,
Woman,
your customs, your heritage, your woman, your integrity, your character, your soul.
heritage.
Power.
What the fuck
Jake,
are
you
you
just
now?
lost every fucking thing, man.
Yo, man, how far down do we have to be before you realize we got to make some changes in life?
Jake basically became Esau base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's just slow.
That's funny because we were talking about that in Samuel, 1 Samuel 2. You know, he lifted up the beggar from the dunghill,
Yeah.
and how did it go? Basically, we did trading places.
Yes.
This lowly ass man taught us his wicked ass ways, and we gave up our wonderful ways of righteousness for his bullshit. And now look at us.
We cleaved on to his ways like they were our ways, and he looked upon our nakedness like, look at these niggas. That's what they do. What is that shit called when they go to different neighborhoods?
Slumming.
Slumming. Yeah. That's looking upon.
They put a camera on the dash cam,
Yep.
and then they'll drive over to the hood, and just so you
Kensington
can.
Avenue is the worst.
Yeah, so and they'll just drive through Jake neighborhood and see Jake just fucked up, man.
Like a safari or something.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they driving through Jurassic Park and shit.
Yeah.
Niggas over here selling drugs over there. Niggas over across the street. You know, they smoked out. They, you know. The black woman over there. They fighting, tearing each other's hair out, titties out and shit.
Yeah.
Look at them. Look at them. They're dumpster diving for weed. You know.
Right.
Like I think you said it earlier. Now the same thing they can say about us, we can say about them now.
Yeah.
The curse is now coming up.
Yeah.
San Francisco, you see them?
See them?
They strong guy.
Crazy.
Oh
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a video on Worldstar, and he's going through Philadelphia, and when you watch the video, everybody in the video is Edomites, bro, just through.
Straight up devils, man.
Hey, up in Canada, they said I think before the pandemic happened, Edomites was dying so much they had ran out of room in mortuaries, so they had to rent a meat truck to put the dead bodies in. You know, but those opioid deaths have kind of disappeared because of the pandemic shit. Everybody's dying of
The pandemic.
C-19 now, so no one's died. There's no more opioid epidemic no more.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I got something real quick.
I got something too, Ken.
Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine
Wait,
enemies.
Salakia, bro. Let me read this one, and then we can go back, because I'm still on Jake real quick. This is Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 15. You was mentioning this. It says, because I want to show how we're going to turn the table on it, right? It says, 2, verse 15, all that pass by clap their hands at thee, they hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem. That's talking about you Jakes, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right? It says, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have
At
swallowed
what
her
time
up.
period was, Israel was the perfection of beauty during Solomon?
Solomon and King David, yeah. Coming out of Egypt. We was decked out coming out of Egypt.
You see how they mock us now when they say, "Oh, we was kings."
Yeah.
We was kings. That's them
Yeah,
mocking
king.
us
Right.
Yeah.
of us being reminded of our royal past, our royal history.
Right.
Because in the history books they made it seem like according to their history they made it seem as if you were just monkeys
Yeah.
swinging from trees in Africa before you were brought over here.
Like they put us on boats as monkeys, and by the time we got over here, we
Cages and
evolved.
shit. They
Yeah.
civilized.
We had to be civilized.
Yeah.
We was inhumane.
Fucking lie, man.
Savages, what do they call the natives? Savages.
Savage.
Yeah.
You were just a
Indians.
savage.
Yeah, the natives
You know?
civilized you, devils.
Yeah.
Taught you how to live off the land.
Yeah. It's a documented history of the opposite of the story that you tell every time you talk about what happened in the worst times, the worst atrocities on American soil.
In other countries, they teach the proper history.
Yeah.
Truth.
They'll call out America every now and then. They call them out, on the stage, on the world
I think
stage.
RT did like a special before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, bro.
And they told the truth about that shit.
Cold, bro. They had waterways of fresh water.
The aqueduct.
This place, even though people were worshiping idols over here, the land was, this place was nice, man.
Beautiful, man.
What they call
This
it?
place was nice.
It's a Garden of Eden.
Yeah, paradise.
Paradise, yeah.
And a little more. It says, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it. And this is going into that slaying. And then when you set up talking about I will slay my brother on the time of my father, you go back and you look at what Styles Furious said on Boys in the Hood. Liquor store, gun store, liquor store, church. That's the way they set it up to kill ourselves, man. Yeah, they look right at us. No, Grady, right?
Yeah, the Grady, yeah. That's them, they're right there.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. But that's who set it up for us to destroy ourselves. They seen us to where they don't have to come out on the horse and pop us with a whip.
That one Edomite said it, that KKK
Yeah.
motherfucker. Yeah, he said,
man, we ain't got to do
we
shit.
got to do shit.
We just watch y'all do it to yourselves. We rejoice every time one of y'all kill each other. Every once in a while we need a man, overseer, to come on a horse and pop y'all in the head or whatever. Pop y'all to get y'all back in line. Stand on your neck or some shit. Every once in a while, but we ain't got to do it like we was doing. Y'all do it to yourselves. So now that the curses are turning,
Can you get Lamentations 1?
Yeah.
kind of,
1 and I think 21.
yeah.
Lamentations 1 and 21.
Yeah, kind of.
And then you can get his.
I got one that we see.
Lamentations chapter 1, verse 21. It says, they have heard that I sigh, there is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it.
They rejoice over us being jacked up like this.
Yeah.
When they see that we're forsaken as a people, man, that brings joy to their heart.
They consent or will consent against us. They basically set up the way of life for us to destroy ourselves, for us to become destroyed.
Cut them off from
being a nation.
being a nation.
Israel be no more in remembrance. It says, it says, all my enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me.
They shall be like unto me.
Yeah.
Meaning these devils, they're gonna go from being able to look down upon us, from their high seat, from their authority, from their power, and they're gonna trade positions.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna walk in my shoes. We're gonna trade places. You gonna get to see what these conditions is like, and you already start with the 2-time losers.
Yep.
These little Edomites that you see now that's catching hell, they're just two-time losers, man.
Yeah.
But you at least gonna get to actually feel that too. Okay? The Lord gonna put the curses on your ass. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me for all my transgressions.
Remember, going back to Lamentations, the 4th chapter, it talks about how his iniquity was going to be discovered.
Yep.
His sins are going to be exposed. All right?
It says,
These devils, they think that they can just erase history. They don't want you to, learn what happened. They want you to say, put it in the past. That was our forefathers.
come on, how long's it been, man? 400 years?
Yeah.
Look at it was the 60s.
Right.
But they never forget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they never forget.
But then every once in a while, every now and then, their true colors are shown.
Yep.
Because they'll start talking about, well, it ain't our fault that we had the better
Right.
technology.
We
You
got
know,
the better DNA.
We smarter. That we were the smarter race, and we did this and did that, and we was able to colonize and conquer you and do this and do that. That's how they talk.
Listen, Jake, right
They
now.
speak
this is the thing I
wickedly
said.
concerning oppression.
Yeah.
Jake got a TV that don't run off no power.
Come on.
It's up in Zimbabwe,
That
right?
boy, yeah.
They might try to kill him.
And they gonna
take
take
kill him and take his technology.
Kind.
They gonna do him like they did that Jake that created that water
Yeah.
filtering system.
Yeah.
Kind. Out the air.
Yeah.
Kind.
Yeah.
You know?
Clean water.
Clean water. You know? It says, let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me for all my transgressions. For my sight, for my sighs are many, and my heart is faint.
Con. So hey, in other words, may the Lord put them under the curse.
Yep.
You know? Penalize them the way you penalized us. And we know that the Lord, he loved us and hated them.
Kind.
So how much more brutal the Lord's gonna chasten Esau?
He said, chasten for all my chastisement. He chastened my enemies 10 times.
A thousand times
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Shit.
The Lord gonna turn it up. The Lord gonna turn it up for y'all, man.
Bro, 1,000.
We caught our hell. That shit was hell.
Yeah.
Nobody can
Kind.
nobody.
No other nation,
No
bro.
other nation can go through that and come out like
The
this.
only one that's gonna top that shit is Esau. And the
Yeah.
kingdom.
It says that he gonna drink the dregs of this shit.
Which is going to lead to his extermination.
That's the only way. It's the only way. Let me hit this real quick, then you can get that one. Isaiah 47, verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance, and didst give them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid the yoke. Right? So he put all that heaviness on us and destroyed us, man. You know, it was him that did it. It wasn't because we just was lazy and we didn't put ourselves up by the bootstraps and all of that. No, we was cursed, man. And then you forwarded the affliction.
Yeah, anytime we tried to progress, that was when he would just do some wickedness, man. We set up our own communities. Everybody know about Tulsa, Black Wall Street, and all these other communities, Rosewood, Seneca Village,
Yep.
Lakes,
Charleston,
they're under lakes now.
under lake cities that Jake had, that they turned into a lake.
Jake was thriving. And then Esau didn't take it. Out of my kingdom, nigga. And they literally dropped bombs
Yeah.
on them, man.
The first practice of the bomb. So you got it now. You got it.
I'm gonna start at 1. Deuteronomy 30 and 1. And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among the nations whither the Lord thy power have driven thee.
Hey, and that's the thing. the elder of Sakaran, Bishop Sakaran, he was saying online last night, he was saying that now that Esau is coming to an end and we getting ready to get the kingdom, we don't need to keep talking about the curses.
Right.
We already been through it. We didn't experience the curses already. We know we fit the bill.
Yep.
Now
Ain't
we
the
could
question
actually
no
talk about the blessings that we were going to ultimately have.
Okay.
You know, we got to get into the blessings, man.
Right.
The blessings is and that's when we really going to turn up. That's the good news.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna live like this forever, man. So we calling that to mind while we still here. We're remembering ourselves. All right. We have our identity. We're doing what we do. And now we know that we getting ready to get the kingdom, the promise.
Sit.
You know? Now we getting ready to get the promise. He feel the spirit over
Yeah,
here.
gone, bro.
Gone, man. Go ahead.
Verse 2, and shall return unto the Lord thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day.
Right now, the elect is starting with the elect. They're obeying his voice.
Yeah.
They're turning back to him. Right? How are we obeying him? We believing on the gospel. We're believing on his only begotten son, Yahushua. We're declaring his name.
Okay.
All right? We're building our faith up.
We've departed ourselves spiritually from the wickedness of this place.
Con.
Huge.
We're walking in the gospel, man.
Hey, that's pivotal. The things you're naming are pivotal.
We're walking in the light.
Yes.
We're the children of light. Now we're being put back in the place of what naturally fits us.
Okay.
Wickedness don't look good on Jake, man. Righteousness looks good on Jake.
Thou and
That's
thy
like when you think about it, you know, like when you've been in a dark room for a long time, it's just pitch black. And then the moment the light switch cut on, your eyes, it's like a certain irritation.
Yeah, you gotta adjust.
And your eyes gotta adjust. But then once your vision is fully restored, now okay, I know where I'm at. Now I remember. Was the same thing for us when we woke up.
Okay.
We have to be reminded. We have to be stirred up by pure remembrance. Though we once knew this.
Thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether the Lord thy power has scattered thee.
He's gathering us right now by the word.
Yeah.
His truth is gathering us worldwide. That's why there's brothers all over the world in every major country bringing this out.
Okay.
And they don't all look like your typical Negro or Spanish.
That's right.
You got brothers that look like Asians, that look like Edomites, so-called white people. Okay? That look like Hamites.
Look like Samoans.
Yeah.
Pacific Islanders, right? You know, Asians, we said that.
And that's an example of that. We being gathered by the word of the Most High. Go ahead.
If any of thine be driven out unto the utmost part of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee.
Now, right now, we're in the uttermost part of the earth. We're right here in the western hemisphere, but we were brought all the way from the eastern hemisphere. We were moved far away from our borders, man. And we've been here, and we served our time. We did our punishment, and now our captivity our iniquity is having an end. Now the Lord's getting ready to deliver us and take us out of this prison. All right. Go ahead.
And the Lord thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it.
And what land is that? The land of Canaan.
Yep.
Okay? You're going to bring us back to the land of Canaan. But we already know what's going to happen before we get there. The Lord got to clean. He got to do a cleaning.
Okay.
He got to clean it out. All right. He got to basically bomb it like when you bomb a house to get rid of all the roaches and shit, all the rodents and shit. Well, that's the Lord got to do that to the Holy Land first before we go back and possess it. Go ahead.
And he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. And the Lord thy power will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed to love the Lord thy power with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live.
You know what that's going into? He's taking away that stony heart and giving us a heart of flesh.
Right.
He's going to make us perfect, and all we're going to do is think about serving the Lord. And we're going to rejoice and we're going to, praise Him. All right.
Can I say something right quick? This, for brothers that come out here, this is what life is about right here. There's nothing going on in my life that's better than what we're doing right now. The feeling you get, like the Apostle Dubar made a statement about when you've been looking for a precept, and then when you finally, it's damn near better than being with a woman.
Yeah.
Like, this is the best thing ever when you understand something and when you can proclaim it and you believe it and it's solidified in you.
Because it's a living satisfaction. You know?
Yes.
It's like it's ongoing. It never stops.
Yes.
And that's the spirit of the Lord. Because sometimes you may be reading and then you bring out that precept on a cam or a video. That's the spirit. It's just really something you really can't explain because he has to be with you.
And that's the beautiful part.
Yeah.
Now that we're coming back to him, he's starting to sup with us, and we can feel his presence within us at times. So in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to have that presence with him the whole time. So we always going to feel good. We always going to be confident.
He said His tabernacle is going to be with the men.
Yeah.
It is.
So His presence is going to be. His presence is going to be there through us. All right. Go back.
Verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee.
The Lord's going to put them curses on their ass, man. Hey, who's that? Was that Paul Mooney that said it? Everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga. Yeah, y'all like to emulate and glamorize Jake when they're in their wickedness. And when they're in their wickedness, they're downtrodden. They're messed up. You like that side, but guess what? You're gonna get to partake of that side. Yeah, you gonna get to be the niggas.
Yeah.
I mean, you always was a nigga, but you gonna get to literally live that life.
They're gonna be the new black people.
Oh hell
We're
yeah!
gonna be back to the original white people.
And yeah, we gonna be because we're the whites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pure.
That's why he chose us.
Pure, man. So hey, it's gonna definitely happen, man. Okay. We're gonna be the head. You're gonna be the tail.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna lend to you on usury.
Okay.
Okay. Just like you had our women, we're gonna have yours. I mean, shit, we already do. But it's just
have them right.
Right. That's gonna we're gonna have them cleaned up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Into the blessings, right?
Yeah, that's part of the blessings. We're gonna have it all, man. And we're gonna do it in righteousness.
I want to read that one.
You should read it.
I'm reading this verse again.
Yeah.
And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
There it is.
This is Lamentations chapter 3 and verse 64. Render unto them a recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands. Give them sorrow of heart, thy curse unto them. Persecute and destroy them in anger from under the heavens of the Lord.
Hey, that is part of the curses.
Sorrow of heart.
The sorrow of heart, the sorrow of mind. that shall have no assurance of thy life.
Yeah. They should, was it new?
It give you a sorrowful and a trembling heart.
What's the one when they say the curse where he says you hope that it's warning?
Oh yeah, 60.
Yeah.
You work that it was even.
Yeah.
In the morning, you work that it was evening. Hope that it was day. Basically, you're never comfortable in the time of day. At any time of day.
Yeah, you're not gonna live long lives, you know, where you get to enjoy a long life where you experience and you got to travel the world. You know, you got to
you die with like, you know,
with substance, and you get to leave it to your children. 'Cause that's in the scriptures too. How you be able to leave an inheritance to
your seed.
Your seed.
You die with no worries. You know,
you don't die from stress.
You done everything you wanted to do in your life. No, you ain't gonna.
You left a legacy.
Yeah.
Leave your riches over to your descendants.
You know, it's
and so they get born right into that wealth that they you know set up for themselves. You know, well in the kingdom it's gonna be the opposite. You're gonna be born into a curse. A curse shall you be coming in, and curse shall you be going out. Hey, give me that in Sirach 41 real quick. Somebody get Ecclesiasticus 41. That's just how it's gonna go, man. That's why when you read, that's how you understand what the Lord was talking about when he was talking about that parable of Lazarus and the rich man. When it says he opened up his eyes in torment, he basically was born in slavery. He finally started to, you know, get his little first sip of the cup. He was like, oh shit.
Can you put a drop on my tongue?
Yeah, can you cool my tongue?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Hell no.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, Sirach 41 and yeah, start off.
Sirach 41, verse 5 says, the children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversing in the dwelling of the ungodly.
Esau, and we know Esau is the ungodly. All right, it tells you that he's a fornicator and a profane person. Go ahead.
Son of the wicked.
Yep.
The inheritance of sinners, the inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach.
Perpetual reproach. That's what we, you know, us being proverbs and bywords amongst the people.
Perpetual reproach.
Yeah, man. Everything that we set our hand to, we get rebuked. We're, you know.
Once we think shit is going right, shit go turn sideways.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, like Snoop said.
I was just saying
like
right
Snoop
right
said.
If
it ain't one thing, it's a motherfucking another. Word to my daddy and my daddy and my mother.
Yeah, they've been through it too. Shit.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Wait, can I get a real quick one? Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
So that they don't have an inheritance.
And then they pass down.
Right, because they're gonna in the kingdom they're gonna be so insignificant that they're not gonna even have an actual land to inherit.
Oh yeah, it said Obadiah said that.
Obadiah says that their land is gonna be given to Judah. We're gonna possess their land too. They're gonna even get to live in the clefts of the rocks.
No, we're gonna keep that.
They're gonna be thrown in the pit, bro.
They're just gonna be in pits until that bonfire, man.
Bro,
you know,
bro. You live in Eden.
Go ahead.
Back in Sirach 41 in verse 7, it says the children will complain of an ungodly father.
And they're already doing it.
Yeah. In their kingdom.
Yeah.
How you complain about God in your own kingdom, man, when you living good? God got you living great right now.
Yeah.
You know? I was gonna bring, I was holding, but I was gonna bring out that 1 Samuel chapter 2. They're lifting up the beggar from the dunghill. You lifted up Esau out of that. Put him.
It says that in Job 30 how they were children of fools. They were base men.
Yeah.
But now I'm their song. I'm their byword.
Yeah.
You know, this insignificant devil who I would have never had him amongst the flock of my dogs is now over me.
Yeah.
You know, they that are younger than I have me in derision.
Yeah. More insignificant.
Yeah.
You know? Because that's why big brothers always are able to pump older brothers always, you know, always able to pump the little brother. But the scripture prophecy said the elder shall serve the younger, and the one shall be stronger than the other. The younger was going to have the advantage. But the Most High balanced that out and gave him the advantage for a season over it. But that season's up.
Yep. Yeah, read that part again.
It says the children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake.
Yeah, they basically always got to take the lashing of, you know, regarding what their forefathers did. That's why we always bring up, you know, how y'all get this place. What had to happen for you to get your America? What had to happen for you to establish the stock market? To get your Wall Street? You know, what had to happen for you to be able to have commerce? To be able to, you know, store riches for yourself?
What was one of the main traffics that you used to build your wealth? Whose backs was that on? First it was us, literally, and then the backs of us, it was.
Yeah. And now, you know, a lot of you are angry because every once in a while, these devils, because they're trying to beg the seat to please the poor, they put that history out and put you to shame. They put it in these films, these documentaries, all type of articles that come out about what you've done to the natives, what you've done to Jake.
And what did DeSantis just pass?
Right.
He said,
they're tired of this shit.
They're tired of feeling all bad for what they did.
We got to protect the white people from
guilt and shame.
Guilt and shame. And,
you know, what their forefathers did.
They hate the critical race theory curriculum.
ADOS conversations, they don't want to talk about
That's the truth, though. Yeah. You know, you can't, hey, the truth is the truth. You can't hide from it. You know, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bury this history, their history. But, you know, you can't no more because through the internet, through, you know, the spirit of the Lord coming amongst the prophets, bringing these things out, this is not of men. It's not going to stop.
Hey,
get Ecclesiastes 3:15 real quick. Because really, it doesn't even matter. The Most High remembers. You ain't swept it under the rug to the Heavenly Father. The Lord remembers everything. All that happened. That was a millisecond ago with the Heavenly Father, man. Our years are different. 1,000 years to us is just one day with Him. Can't forget that. The Lord remember everything you did. We might not remember everything. We might not be exposed to everything you did. But guess who sits in the heavens and saw it all? Ecclesiastes 3:15.
Yep. So Ecclesiastes 3:15, it says, that which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And the Most High, Yahweh, require that which is past.
Yeah, He requires that, man. You know, He requires that. You got to give an account. All right? There has to be some type of retribution. And when we get that, that's going to be the real reparation. Now what the hell they talking about with, you know, we did come up with a incentive program.
They niggas go to college or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Just to learn your bullshit.
Yeah, come on, man.
They giving y'all free college. You better go ahead and do that. That's, you know,
there ain't no damn reparation, man.
It ain't enough fucking money in the world to
for us to get even.
No.
The psychological effect that it took on him, Jake, that can't be repaired with money.
The damages,
you know, can't repair
the damages that it
money,
resulted in.
But niggas would accept it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, just give me a couple $100,000. That ain't shit. How you can't get your heritage, you can't get your heritage back. You can't get your family being killed and slaughtered and murdered and raped and robbed. You know, you can't get that back. Your family being sold up the river. Your family's being separated. You can't get that shit back. But that's how simple Jake is. Oh, well, give me a couple $100,000 and we cool. That ain't shit, man. And what did Esau do? Yeah, they don't give you niggas $100,000. They give you niggas $1 million. And then what are you gonna have? Hyperinflation. You niggas is gonna be paying $10,000, $20,000 for a goddamn cell phone. You know?
We're gonna go buy a bunch of Hellcats.
Hellcats
Hellcats
for
Percocets.
$500,000.
Yeah.
Hellcats Percocets and VR.
Yeah.
Gonna buy.
Because they know they'll do it because they know you dumb niggas gonna give it right back to them.
Get right back.
What do you do with the stimulus check? Give it right back.
Hey, Dave Chappelle made fun of you niggas.
So I'm saying,
Dave Chappelle, he pretty much made mockery, but you know it was the truth.
Niggas bought a baby. A Newport truck, cigarettes.
Trunk full of Newports and shit.
and money was okay back then. Niggas still invested in Newport. This shit's a killing.
Jay gonna go invest in a strip club.
Yep.
You see niggas do that, remember them documentaries they was having on the drug dealer niggas? You gotta see it with the drug dealer niggas. They go buy all kind of stupid ass shit. Niggas had gold sinks and shit like that.
Shit, cause they had
Like
so
the
much
Chambers
money.
brothers or something, I think.
Yeah.
Niggas, man.
And they was buying shit that they knew Esau wasn't gonna come back and ask for it later.
Yeah.
Both of y'all got a little something on your life.
Yo, six.
Yeah. They both buying shit that Esau ain't gonna want. I want them goddamn gold chains and rims.
Nah.
You know, they don't want that. I want your soul, nigga. How you feel about Jake, man? I want you to be wicked.
Huh?
Yeah.
Who's
You still reading on that?
Back in Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 16.
No, that was it.
That was it.
I go back to that in Sirach 41.
I got it.
Sirach 41. I think
Started at 5, but I know you read down
I
some.
think you left off at like 7 maybe.
Sirach-
They will be reproached for his sake.
Yeah, I'll read that again. Sirach 41 and 7. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake.
Go ahead.
Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High power. For if you increase, it shall be to your destruction.
You're only being multiplied for the sword, man. That's all that's going on. All you devils that are back today, you're just here for judgment. It tells you that in Proverbs 16, you were made for the day of evil. Okay? You were just vessels fit to destruction.
Yeah, he didn't want to put his own hands dirty. Most I ain't got to come down here and do nothing with his own hands.
Yep.
He created something to do that left hand energy, to live it out.
Go ahead.
And if you be born, ye shall be born to a curse.
And if you be born,
Yeah.
you shall be born to a curse. All right? Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
Number one curse, he wasn't born in Israelite.
Nope.
Yeah, this wasn't, but the time, this wasn't fashionable for a little, you know.
The promise was not for you. You weren't the child of the promise.
He was rejected.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And if you die, a curse shall be your portion.
Okay, so basically you born to a curse. You're cursed to die, and then when you come back, you're born to the curse again. That's going to be your cycle. All right? For 1,000 years, that's going to be the life cycle of Esau. Okay? When you die, a curse shall be your portion. You're going to have nothing to leave to your daughters, your sons. All right? You're going to be dying. You're not going to be living long lives like you mentioned. You're going to live a short life. You're going to live long enough to, for the slave labor we need you to do.
Hey, your sons and your daughters are going to be sold. So
Yeah,
you
it
ain't
tells-
even get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it tells you that in our law, that's what happened to us. you shall bring up children, but you won't be able to enjoy them.
Exactly, you're not gonna enjoy it.
They're gonna have time with him. They're gonna be out getting worked.
Work. You're gonna get sold to the next brother.
When they're small, they're gonna be working for our children.
Bro, let me get them 2 Edomites off the man.
Yeah.
Shit.
About 4 years old,
Yeah. Perfect,
man.
perfect.
Play with my kids, man.
Hey, when my son, if his golden laces become untied, little Tyler, he gotta tie him for him. You know, every single time.
God.
You know.
We're gonna use them to punching bags.
Oh yeah, if my son wanna, get his shit off and beat the brakes off of one of them, he's allowed to do that. That's it. Hey, that's his inheritance. Hey, son, that's you.
Good guy.
That's yours, son.
Gun. Hey,
Do what you want with him. That's your possession.
Jackson on his ass.
they showed you in the movie Django, Samuel Jackson. He said basically when he was growing up, when he was a slave, that he was his father's inheritance. That he was what did he say? He said, I shaved your father's face every day. And I don't see how something like that, how I didn't kill him or something like that.
Edomite was asking me.
Oh yeah, kind.
He was telling the story. Like, I don't see
If
how.
that was me, I would have fucking sliced it.
It took me 20 years to do it.
Yeah, kind.
Yes, hey man.
Yeah, he belonged to his father
He
first.
said he cut my daddy's throat with that razor for 30 years before he died. And his daddy before him.
Yeah.
And then now, all the way down. He said, I could never understand why wouldn't they kill us?
Right.
Right.
There's way more of them,
Hey, but it's deeper than that. We didn't have the might in our hand.
Right.
We
It wasn't the time.
man. We had a whole football team of Jakes being controlled by like 3 or 4 Edomites.
That's what I'm saying.
Swole, big ass
football
Jakes.
team.
Because we were under these curses.
You look at that
Couldn't
same
take
scene
vengeance
you're talking
against
about.
Cain, remember?
Yeah.
That same scene you're talking about, there's about 5 Edomites on horses
Yeah.
standing right there. He was in a carriage,
Kind.
and it was like 10 or 12
Yeah.
Jakes standing right
Yeah.
there. They couldn't take them down.
Even when they got into the fight scene, and all the strongest Jakes was had to basically fight one another.
Yep.
Them Jakes could have took over right there and
Yep.
killed the
people in the room.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know.
But Spirit wasn't with us for that.
Yeah.
Plus, we can't take vengeance upon them because, like the Lord, he talking about Cain. Anybody that take vengeance on Cain, the Lord's gonna bring vengeance upon you, man.
And that still is in effect
Sevenfold.
now. Yeah, that's still in effect now.
Yeah,
That's why the Lord
that's why.
himself got to come and do it.
Yeah, that's why he said, if my kingdom was of this world, then my servants would fight. My kingdom is not of this world. But now, hey, Yahushua comes, he's coming to take the kingdom.
Right.
You know? So he about to whoop this, he about to fuck this devil up,
I
man.
was holding Sirach 25, 7, the 7 things that make my heart to, joy.
Oh yeah.
Right? That's the point. So part of that inheritance is to see our enemies fall that we get when Yahushua comes.
Yeah.
He gonna get. I'm gonna let y'all see what I'm about to do.
What is that scripture in Psalms where it says we should the blood, the feet?
You know, dance.
Wash our blood.
Yeah.
That's in Psalms, I think, 58.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Psalms 58, I think.
Yep.
Isaiah 45. I lost it. Isaiah 45 and 14. Thus saith the Lord, the labor of Egypt and merchandise of Ethiopia and of the Sabians, men of stature shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine.
Yep.
They shall come after thee in chains, they shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee, they shall make supplication unto thee, saying, surely Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, is in thee, and there is none else, there is no power.
Yeah, that's when they're going to denounce the gods that they worship, the idols that they serve.
Yeah.
They're going to acknowledge that we're the sons of the true living power. And that's when the law is going to go forth out of Zion. We're going to be that exalted mountain up on that hill.
Right.
They're gonna have no choice but to, bow to us. They're going to come to us for that wake.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm quoting one. I'm trying to think of where it said. It might be Revelation. He said, "And those that will not worship me, or worship before me, bring them hither and slay them."
Oh, that was Luke. That was Sean said that.
19:27.
Those that would not have me to reign over them, bring hither and slay before me.
Yep.
Because we know Yahweh Shai, he's going to get the ultimate authority.
Right.
Because really, the kingdom is actually his.
Right.
He's just going to share the inheritance with his men.
Okay.
All right, this is going to be Yahweh Shai's kingdom. Basically, this is going to be Yahweh Shai's world.
Yep.
Think about that, man. Yahweh Shai's world. Okay. So yeah, man, that's how it's going to go. Okay, he's the word of the Most High. So you're gonna have to bow. You're gonna finally bow to his word.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna be made kings and priests up under his priestly order.
Yeah.
The order of Melchizedek.
It's pure.
Teach the nations.
We're going to teach the nations. We're going to be a priest to the heathen. Show them how it's done, man. All right. Ain't gonna be no sodomite activity going on. There ain't gonna be none of that. All that Western shit. That's gonna be at a pass, man.
Feminism.
All that feminism shit. That's done. You women, you're gonna finally get your ass back in line. You're gonna be right back in your place, your rightful place. Okay, you're gonna go back to respecting the man. Right now, shit is just out of order. Completely out of order, man.
Hey, the world get upset, the whole household upset because your woman is mad.
Right.
That whole energy
Is just filling the house.
Yeah.
Kids is all destructive and shit.
Where everyone's kind of on pins and needles because she mad.
Over shit that ain't got nothing to do with nobody in the house.
Yeah.
You know? That's upside down.
Go to your cooking. All that.
Yep. Slamming doors and cabinets and fucking I ain't cooking. What? Like, it's crazy how this world works, bro.
Yeah.
You got, and you have, especially if the mom has sons
Oh,
and they're like older, like teenagers or
Yep.
grown, they'll beat the father ass over the mama.
Yeah.
Didn't that sit on World Star?
Yeah.
I saw one like that. I think the dude wasn't their biological
yeah.
father.
Yeah.
I think he was like their stepfather, and they fucked him up, man.
Yeah. There's 3 of them.
Yeah. That type of shit right there, that's not flying in Yahushua's world.
and the crazy part is we don't know. You know the mom was probably bad-mouthed and rebelling against some shit he was trying to get her in order to do. He might have had wasn't the best thing that he was trying to get her to do, but she's supposed to follow whatever the fuck. If you chose him to be your man, he's supposed to rule over you like that. Anyway, I got this right quick. That was it, right? This is 1 Samuel chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, "The Lord Yahweh maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes." Right? And to make them inherit the throne of glory. And the first thing we got to think about is that's us now. Now, he did that with Esau, getting him on a level. But now we're so lowly, he's doing that with us. And the real glory is what we're going to inherit, is what we're going to be lifted up to.
Man, and like it says in the Apocrypha, he that is honorable in poverty, how much more in riches?
Yeah.
And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty?
Yeah.
So Esau's going to be super low.
Yeah.
That's why the scriptures say how all the nations, everybody's going to look down upon him.
Yeah.
Is this the man?
That made kingdoms to shake.
Yeah. Everybody's going to look down upon him, man. Right now they worship him because he's in power, but just watch.
How he's going to be
Because
so low.
right now he can do what the hell he wants. He can have his way with all the nation's women.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
he has it all. You know, everybody
He can say
emulates him.
Salaki, was that Sirach, is it 14, where it says, the rich man speaketh, and all extol it to the clouds.
Sirach 23.
23.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come. It said, and they extol it to the clouds.
Yep.
You know that, this is the greatest man ever because he said something.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how they look upon Esau.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's the scientist, you know.
But in the kingdom of heaven, our 3-year-old's gonna be like, Daddy, I can kill this man
Yeah.
right now.
If Esau was out
He's in
here,
his strength.
if Esau was out here with this truth, you see Jake lined up around the corner, man.
Yeah.
But it's,
But that's how
exactly. That's how fucked up our people are. They look at this man like he is the Most High.
and he's gonna end up being so low that you're never gonna believe he was ever anything.
Yeah.
This guy,
he's gonna
in
be
that
base.
ditch right there, him sleeping, cuddled up to mud.
Hey,
Him?
even Uncle Ruckus is gonna talk shit about it.
Right.
Him that can't talk.
You're gonna bathe. Braid
This caveman.
Hey, Uncle Ruckus, he gonna stop talking about niggas and start talking about devils.
Look at that
Crackers.
Look at that white nigga.
Look at that white nigga.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, pale ass, pinksy ass.
Yeah. Fuck it all. It says, he raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggars from the dunghill to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them. He will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength shall no man prevail. The adversary, here we go. The adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces. Out of heaven shall he thunder upon them. You know, that you can look at that as the message to set the world on right. Right? The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength to his kings, and exalt the horn of his anointed, capital A.
Oof. Who's his anointed? You see? Yahushua is gonna finally get that glory, man. He already has it in the heavens, but he's gonna get that on earth too. That's why I don't understand why some of you niggas in Israel, you're trying to get that glory right now. Why don't you give all the glory to Yahushua? Stop making it about you. Fuck your image, man. Yahushua was the only one worthy. We're going to make it off the merit of his righteousness.
Yeah.
See? Yahushua is going to be the one to share his inheritance with us.
Yeah. He don't want to deserve it.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to share it with you, man.
And he went through the fire first.
I'm saying.
So we could have something to show for it, you know?
But Jake want to make this about themselves. It's through Yahushua that any of this is going to even happen. You know what I'm saying? That's why we do this thing as diligently as we do it.
Right.
You know, and that's why we ought to say that we're unprofitable servants, because we're doing which was our duty to do. And we owe this to Yahushua, man. All this that we talking about, but Yahushua, he had to go through what he went through for us to be granted with this, man.
For us to have mercy.
Yeah. We don't deserve none of this.
Y'all remember what the one trainer in the movie he said, man, this is some shit, man. I don't want to, you know, I should have felt, I want to Cypher. He's like, I would have took the boot pill. He's like, but now you're free. He goes, I'm free, huh? All I do is what he tells me to do. Is that free? Now, what does that make you think of? My burden is light and my yoke is easy. Yeah, we did trade in the yoke of being in slavery and captivity under this devil to being under a prisoner of hope under Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is way better.
Yep.
I would gladly follow and be subject to the Lord in righteousness to be subject to his vengeance or be subject to the devil in punishment.
Matthew 11:28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden. I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon
Hey,
you.
this life is no rest. There's no rest in this life. The curse has said it. We can't, at times at night when we're supposed to rest, we're stressed the fuck out. Yeah, I need to just get up in the morning and I can't sleep. I got bad dreams.
You can't sleep. You
Chest hurting and
Call
coughing.
them restless
you
nights.
can't sleep and you don't get enough sleep.
Yep.
This is fucked up. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. It says, I am meek. What does meek mean? Meaning being humble. We're supposed to be like unto Yahweh Shai. You jakes out there that's boasting in yourself and thinking it's about you, you're supposed to be like our Lord. Yahweh Shai, we're supposed to be meek. We're supposed to be lowly. We're supposed to be humble. We're supposed to humble ourselves.
To give him his glory for what he's doing for us, man.
But what Jake doing?
Jake
all in the camera. You know what I'm saying? Chest poked up, head, you know, eyes way high. While the camera is just zooming in on you.
Yeah.
You know, look at my Hellcat.
Go get that new mixtape coming out.
Yeah.
Go get your Gorilla Hebrew mask.
Get your urban gorilla gear.
Yeah.
Join my Patreon.
I'm not mad at him for the hustle of it.
$55 a month.
I'm mad at him for mixing the word with it.
$350 a month.
What?
Bro,
That's the levels to it.
bro. I should have seen. I was surprised y'all didn't see the videos. The brother from Amouan Gabar, he went into it. He brought all that information out.
And it's all, and that's the thing, it's all hinging upon his position of teaching Israel.
But you think about it, all that energy and time you put into doing that and creating that, whether you having somebody else do it or not, you could be serving the Lord. Yep. That's 5 more videos you could be putting up, edifying.
Be studying. That's what he needs.
But what are you doing? You study a little bit. Let me study how to cut people. Let me study what scripture I can find a loophole so I can wear a damn fitted cap at camp, or I can have long hair.
And then he had the nerve to say that we don't do what Yahweh Shai said. Nigga, stop projecting. You're not doing what Yahweh Shai said. We're not the ones making merchandise of the Lord's house.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. The Lord said, freely you have received, freely give. We're not monetizing our ministry.
Hey, I cut on
People give to us, they give to us out of the kindness of their heart. You know? I mean, come on, man. We doing this because we know there's a bigger and greater reward, man.
Right.
We ain't doing this for self-glorification right now on this side. We don't want no corruptible crown. We don't give a fuck about views, thousands of subscriptions, a bunch of women, you know, stroking your ego in the comment boards. We don't care about that, man. All right? We don't care about none of that. All we care about is glorifying Yahweh while Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
All right? We glorify him through the tribulations, the persecutions, being made low, suffering shame.
Making our body a living sacrifice.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And we really didn't want to, you know, talk about, you know, we try to abstain from dealing with, because, I mean, it's a damn shame that we even have to, you know,
talk about it.
And we went long enough, and we know that y'all not going to stop. We already know you're not going to stop.
Okay. Your whole, what's the word I'm looking for? Your whole, no, the word, it wasn't even what all your traffic. It has to do with all your commerce that you're running through this thing.
Merchandise.
Yeah, all your subscribers and stuff is hinging on how you respond to this.
They didn't. And they read the scripture. You didn't read what Yahweh Shai did when he came into the temple and they were merchandising. He flipped them tables over.
Money
And he whooped their ass.
And he whooped their ass.
He's a cat of nine tails.
Who said it? What would Yahweh Shai do if he can't? I don't want to get into it. You know,
Give you shotgun in the Hellcat.
Right.
I'm exaggerating a bit for fun, but it's mockery because look at the bullshit, man. It's supposed to mock when you say this so bullshit, man.
That's because they're clean in their own eyes. You know, you are they that justify yourselves before men, but you're an abomination in the sight of the Lord. All right, you creating your own lane. You're not going through the door of the sheepfold. You crept in unawares, trying to go up a whole nother way, man. Creating your own lane,
That's
trying to reinvent the wheel, so to speak, man.
You know the history. That's literally what happened.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Literally what happened.
And what happened to Jerusalem when that happened?
Right.
Yeah.
Trying to do it your way. Yeah.
He ain't deep enough.
You gonna go beside what Yahweh Shai did and where he went, and you're gonna do it your own way. I'm waiting for y'all to kick off that revolution.
Yeah.
Stop all that. You know, we got our sticks on us. You know, fuck all that. Go get it popping, man. Go start the revolution, man, and see where it happens. All right, go spark it off with Esau, okay? and we just gonna see the rerun play right out. It's just gonna be a rerun, man.
Like, you remember that niggas that, and you know, what is them, what's that one niggas that with the guns?
The new black.
I was waiting for them to pop off.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, get that shit popping. You know, we not
What's up with you see lots, man?
we're not insinuating violence, but y'all with that shit.
We know the problem.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta set this shit off.
Yeah, set that shit off.
Let the angels go.
And we gonna wait on the Lord. The Lord said, "Wait ye upon me until I rise up to the prey." All right, but y'all done went soft, man. What happened?
Got the sticks in camp, man.
Got the sticks on you and
At
shit.
that camp, you know.
Jay got the assault rifle on his chest.
Yeah. AR on that camp and shit,
with the
you know.
fringes.
Ain't brought out a damn scripture, but he's up there with the clip in with the shit off safety. Idiots, man. Like,
He couldn't tell you where the book of Philemon is. They got a big ass fucking chunky ass AR.
You know how many bullets in that?
Yeah.
Draco.
Come on, man. That's because Jake is just carnal, man. You know? But the Lord is making that separation in these final times, man.
Yeah.
You should be able to, at this point, you should be able to have that discernment.
Yeah.
You should be able to discern from all these groups out here.
And who you talking about? You talking about the elect. Who
Con.
we've always been focused on.
Con.
We don't give a fuck what you 2/3 do. I'm
Y'all-
happy
y'all-
that
yeah.
y'all are lost in the
Oh,
sauce
yeah.
and making a choice. Keep making that bad choice, man. You know? Yeah. One more opportunity for me. My chest is looking better and better every time when you need to do some dumb shit.
Yep. That's why we ain't concerned with numbers. We don't care about if you're trying to broaden your congregation, your
quantity.
audience, you're trying to draw numbers. You're right at the broad gate.
Yep.
yeah.
You're right at the broad gate,
Yeah.
leading them straight there. Yeah, come on, there's plenty of room.
Yep.
It's very spacious. You know, it's very roomy. It's comfortable here. Come this way.
This is not a numbers game.
But when you come over here, it's not comfortable.
Hey, because what it say, who shall we teach, right? Meaning they didn't walk a little bit, they didn't walk at least up to the straight gate. And that's where you gotta, they say this is difficult.
saying it.
You made it this far to know that this is the right way. So, okay, you must know a little something. Well, you must be humble or something. Let me show you what it's all about. You start walking down the straight gate. That broad gate, you want the numbers coming in just you can't stop them. You want the numbers because numbers go every person that click in.
That's why you got to appeal, and you got to appeal to the world. You know, you got to appeal to the world. That's the broad way.
That's being lukewarm.
Yeah.
Because you basically you on both sides. You trying to have one foot in the world and one foot in the truth.
Friend of the world.
Yeah.
Right. Friendship of the world. That's a
he said that in that video, like, yo, we need to increase our numbers to gather Israel or something like that. He said, I'm like, you're supposed to be concerned with waking up the elect. Like you were saying, the elect only.
Well, the thing with numbers too, they see money. You know, the more people we can get in, the more money.
There ain't no difference in fucking Price, Creflo, Joel Osteen, but with the truth.
Nigga twist on it.
Nigga twist on it.
I showed y'all, I didn't say bring it all out on here, but I showed y'all that energy that they push on me. That's who they bring in. Them type of minds, them type of spirits.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But hey, they're necessary.
Yep.
They're purposeful.
Yep.
They're supposed to be a magnet for all the
to keep them
zealots and all the dudes that didn't run with Yahweh Shai. They got to collect them niggas again.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that the elect don't get pulled in.
Yep.
Okay.
And Esau's going to use them to persecute. They're going to group us all together. So Esau's going to use them. You know, he's using them now. Because he's niggas like Vocab and the rest of them, they just taking notes and building basically a portfolio, a case against us. And they're going to use these niggas and they're going to look bad in the eyes of Israel, and they already looking bad in the eyes of the true believers, the sincere believers, but they're going to look really bad in the eyes of the Most High. He's going to say, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you. You know? Because them dudes ain't sincere, man.
Well, yeah,
some of them maybe, but
there might be a few sincere there, but you know, ultimately they're part of the Lord's movie. They have their purpose. All these dudes, they all got their purpose. And remember, Yahweh Shai, he was linked in with the zealots too. It says he was numbered among the transgressors. You know, that's why when they rode up on him, and he happened to have men with him, a couple of men, and one of them, where they had the sticks on him, it had to appear like he was with the revolution.
Yeah.
That was all set up in the spirit. That's why he told them that they can sell their sword, sell their garment and buy a sword.
Yeah.
And they said, how about 2 swords? He said, hey, it's enough. That's enough.
We can't be harmless and blameless. Now, we're supposed to be, but we're going to be grouped with y'all. You know?
Yeah, that's what happened, man. That's why when they rolled up on him, they rolled up on him with staves and clubs and, you know. And he said, why, matter of fact, go to him.
Yep.
Luke 22.
Yep.
I think it's like around, might be like 50s. When Judas, you know, rolled up on him with the chief priests.
Yes.
Yeah, you could start there, and the point is at 52. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is Luke 22, and I'll start at 47. It says, and while yet he spake, behold, a multitude, and he that was called Judas, one of the 12, went before them and drew near unto Yahushua to kiss him.
And Judas, he was like a double agent.
Yeah. If he told him,
He was with the cause of Yahweh Shai, but he was double-minded. He was being swayed with them zealots too. And his motivation was, man, I need that bread though. Just like these niggas are. They with the shit, and they want to monetize and make merchandise off of the word.
Was Judas the treasurer?
I thought I heard that before. I'm not, I don't remember, but I thought I heard that before. That's why when they bought the anointing oil, he was tripping.
He was tripping.
Man,
Yeah, that's
money for that.
Man, that's a lot. You don't put it all on him? That's a lot of bread on there. Man, it's for the Lord.
Right.
But when you read up right above that, it said he told them the Roman soldiers, hey, the one I roll up and get dapped to
The
and
one
I kiss,
Yeah.
he's the one.
He's the one, right?
I'll read verse 48. It says, But Yahushua said unto him, Judas, betrayest thou the Son of Man with a kiss?
Hey, they don't even see themselves, bro. Oh, the beloved Apostle Tahar, beloved Gabar. I don't like a Ramla, and I for sure hate Apostle Bakar.
That's it.
Bro, they don't like them, bro. They don't say that about them. They don't say that. They didn't call them beloved. They call Gabar, Apostle Gabar, and Apostle Tahar. You know?
They turn around and call Apostle Tahar Eli.
Yeah.
Turn around and call him a wicked nigga.
Eli had the Apostle, but he had a wicked son.
Yeah.
Back at that time.
Called Apostle Ramla a murderer. You just never hate, man. And then they constantly bearing false witness, lying, slandering. Yeah, saying we took the jump shot. Like, come on. You're just saying anything, man. You emotional. Put words in their mouths and twisting it, accusing us of blaspheming and saying that we're teaching against the law, we teaching not to keep the law.
We never said that.
None of us ain't never said nothing like that.
The whole first week of this little back and forth, Romans 3:31 was coming out.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 49. When they which were about him saw what would follow, they said unto him, Lord, shall we smite with the sword? And one of them smote the servant of the high priest and cut off his right ear. And Yahushua answered and said, Suffer ye thus far. And he touched his ear and healed him.
And we know in the other account, I think it might have been either in Matthew or in John's gospel, Yahushua cussed him and cussed him out, rebuked him. And told him, hey, put up your sword, man. He that live by the sword shall perish with the sword. So why would the Lord have them sell their garment and get a sword,
and not
only for him to cuss them out and tell them don't live by the sword, don't use the sword? Come on, man.
Same account, same one. If there was ever a time to use it, that was it.
Fine. But if you have a carnal mindset, if you only mind the things of the flesh, you're gonna think that Yahushua was all right with it.
Hey,
And that's why that's because of their carnal mind, they think that the Lord was with them.
Yeah.
So that's why that gives them their justification to basically be a nigga.
It only works on people that don't know the scriptures.
Yeah.
People that don't do the diligent searching.
Yep. Go ahead.
Verse 52, it said, Then Yahushua said unto the chief priests and captains of the temple and the elders which were come to him, Be ye come out as against a thief with swords and staves?
You see that? You see how they rolled up on him? He like, damn, y'all gonna roll up on me as if I was a thief, a criminal, a rebel, a revolutionary?
And later what they did, persecuted him and let a murderer go. A known murderer go.
And then they crucified him with 2 malefactors.
Yeah.
You know?
They were thieves.
When you read the NLT translation, it says, Then Yahushua spoke to the leading priests, the captains of the temple guard, and the elders who had come for him. Am I some dangerous revolutionary? He asked, that you come with swords and clubs to arrest me? NIV says, Then Yahushua said to the chief priests, the officers of the temple guard,
Black identity extremists, bro.
right, and the elders who had come for him, am I leading a rebellion that you have come with swords and clubs? Yeah. That's how they rolled up on him, man. But hey, he had to fulfill that prophecy. Let's get Isaiah 53 at verse 12. And it says, Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he had poured out his soul unto death, he was numbered with the transgressors.
Yep.
And he bare the sin of many and made intercession for the transgressors. And when you read it in the NLT, it says, I will give him the honors of a victorious soldier, because he exposed himself to death. He was counted among the rebels. He bore the sins of many and interceded for rebels. So there it is, man. You know?
When Esau comes down upon Israel, he's going to have these groups to blame, and we're going to be thrown in that mix.
Exactly.
That's why he said to Paul, one of those churches, Colossians, he told him, is that where it's at? Where he said, was it James? But I always get it mixed up where it's at. Basically, he said, give the ministry, no offense if the ministry be not blind. Corinthians.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, you know, basically, so they don't really have nothing on you that they'll unjustly falsely accuse you for certain things, like he was. That's how we walk in the same stead with Yahweh Shah. Okay? Let them other Broadway Israelites, them real black Hebrew Israelites, let them go do that shit, man. This is for Hebrew Israelites that are in the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. This is different, man. Separate from that. Hey, the tiers, they gonna be on a level of government, but they ain't gonna be on the highest level. And that's what we're breaking down now. We're separating ourselves from all these other Israelite groups that they're gonna group us in with anyway, but we're separating it in the spirit that the Father sees us on a higher level than the rest of the people.
We know we can't beat this devil with his blessing. Oh, come on, man. That's
so if it ain't for him, who else? Who's the next person out of that camp that you need to protect yourself from? If it's not Esau and his blessing coming out, it's our own people.
yeah.
But people won't put that together, you know, because they who been running up on that camp particularly? Jake shooting at them, running up and trying to fight them, you know. So now y'all got vests and sticks, huh? Okay. Shields and sticks now, as you see. That's the point.
A carnal mind is enmity with the Most High. Right.
You should read that because I like that verse. Somebody put it right quick.
Yeah, we're about to close out.
Right.
That's in Romans 8.
Yep.
Romans 8 and
yes, that's
this is Romans 8 and 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, the Most High sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh and of sin, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
Guns.
Shields.
Basically, you warn after the flesh.
King David had a bulletproof vest.
He had a shield. Right.
Stop.
He also said, he also said, I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me.
But they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit, if so be that the Spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now if any man have not the Spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his.
Yeah, it is.
You know, they always talk. They don't get a reverence to Yahushua. They should.
Yep.
They don't have the spirit of Yahushua.
The spirit is revealing who's of Yahushua and who isn't, man. You're seeing it loud. It's clear, man. It's pretty clear, man. All right. So hey, with that, we're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Give honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone, who rule well, peace and salutations to the all for the tabernacle of David. Shalom.
Shalom.